What's up, witches? Load my background. There it goes. Slow about it. Oh, alright. Doing Minecraft tonight. Where's Discord? Yep, signed in there. Everything's good. Let me get. Of course, be. I'm gonna set that between us.
Anything to talk about? I told you I didn't really find anything today.
Keep looking out. If not, we can. Hopefully, something will come up while we're streaming, or we can just play video games. You not have a headset for your Xbox anymore?
Where is in the car?
Yeah, that's
Do
gonna.
I have to have one? I don't.
No, I just gotta mute the sound on it,
Okay.
so that
Yeah, I don't
I'm
care
not
about
hearing
sound.
yours and mine. Playing Minecraft. You're apparently playing
Yeah.
Power World.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's do Minecraft.
I'll probably jump in Minecraft in a little while.
Let's get the mouse. Yeah, with a controller. Ba ba ba. Let's start some music.
Are you singing the McDonald's?
No,
tune?
I was. Theirs goes. Ba da ba da ba. Mine went ba 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 ba. See?
Sweetie, I think theirs goes ba 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 ba.
No, it's ba da ba ba ba. Mine's ba 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 ba. See? They're different.
Okay, Vanilla Ice. Whatever.
It's not the same.
Okay.
It's legally distinct.
All right. Yeah.
Need to adjust the volume here. Huh?
How do you sound like Beaker?
Wait a minute. Why is that so loud? It's just that's loud. Alright. I was gonna make another mech. I needed. What did I need to make a mech? Needed iron, redstone. Block of redstone, furnace, and leather. One block of redstone. Furnace and leather. I'll put my leather. One piece of leather. And a furnace. Oh, I need to go get 8 pieces of stone to make a furnace.
All right, I have a question for you.
What's up?
I'm gonna read you this.
Okay.
And you're from a broken home.
What does that mean? Your home wasn't broken.
No, I'm sorry. It wasn't broken. It should have been, but you're from a dysfunctional home. What do you think of this?
It's great. 10 out of 10. Would do again.
Okay. Ever since we started to get to know each other, my boyfriend, or partner, would accidentally hit me. I thought it was just an accident every time, but I'm starting to notice how often it happens. Like I'm sitting on the couch and he'll come sit next to me. He'll accidentally pull my hair, or I'm laying in bed.
Whoa. How do you accidentally pull
somebody's
hair?
I mean, maybe she's got long hair. Maybe it's on the couch and he puts his. I don't know. That's the only way I can think of it.
Okay.
Accidentally pull my hair, or I'm laying in bed and he'll slam his entire body and sometimes with his elbow into me. Sometimes I'm unlucky and I get hit, and sometimes he just hits the bed. Is this normal, or am I overthinking? I talked to him and he yelled that he didn't hit me and it was an accident. He is currently mad at me and called me annoying because I brought it up again about him accidentally hitting me. I was gonna say maybe it's an accident.
No, he's hitting this bitch on purpose.
He's hitting her on purpose because he wouldn't have had that reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fuck is that noise?
I don't know. I can't hear your thing.
I don't see no.
Hold on. Wait. What? What is that supposed to be?
Is what?
That.
It's my mech control unit.
Oh, okay. Obviously. But yeah. His reaction makes me think he's doing it on purpose.
Oh yeah, he definitely did.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not. Because there's two different kinds of anger. There's like an innocent person will have a very different response to anger than, or, like an innocent person gets angry when you accuse them of something because they're innocent of that thing.
Yeah.
But that's a different kind of anger.
It's, different than you're being, like, the whole you're being, it's just, that just seems, no, I don't like that.
Torches.
Is this your mine shaft? What is this? Oh.
Yeah. I'm using my mech to mine.
Oh, okay.
This mech suit. Need more iron. Okay. I need torches. Do I need an axe? Because we're gonna have to make some more coal. Torches. All the coal I got right now is fuel for my mech. In fact, let's change the mech to wood chopping mode and just use the mech to do it. But I got a mech. Why not use it? Let's
Yeah,
see.
might as well.
Wood chopping module. And I need the mech deconstruction kit. Deconstruct. Take off the other module. There we go. Alright, let's go chopping. For a little deforestation. Cool down on it. Yep. It's not a combat mech. Get away from me. Chop, chop. Yeah, she sounds like the kind of woman that... Why is it not chopping? Chop, bitch. She sounds like the kind of woman who would, you know, be the woman in the background after the cops show up to arrest him for abuse when it finally does get abusive, to be screaming, "Don't take him, I love him!"
He hits me because he loves me.
Yeah, because she's
Yep.
jumping through a lot of hoops to give this man the benefit of the doubt for something that seems pretty fucking obvious. And you know, that's what I find with a lot of these Reddit posts is, you know, 9 times out of 10, like, you genuinely know.
Oh, yeah.
You genuinely already know the answer. You know he's not doing it by accident. You know what he's doing is wrong. You know something wrong is happening. That part of your brain that knows it's wrong is working, because that's why you're making the Reddit post in the first place. You're making that post because this feels wrong. If you honestly didn't see anything wrong with it and you were genuinely confused and didn't think it was wrong at all, you wouldn't think to make the Reddit post, because you'd just be like, no, this is normal. Yeah, like you would just do that. Go collect all the wood. Ah. And chop down the stumps. Okay, there we go. Fuck. I meant to hit you with the sword, not the axe. Oh, you're dead now. What Reddit are you on anyway?
Oh, I was just bouncing around. I'm on Am I the Asshole now. Other one was from Relationship Advice.
Yeah, I should probably start going there to give some relationship advice. Problem is nobody ever wants to take my advice, despite the fact that it would work.
I thought plenty of people took your advice. No?
People who know me. So like viewers of the stream, like the guy that I, helped him meet his wife.
Yeah.
Like he'd been watching the stream for a while, so he knows where the advice is coming from and that it's trustworthy. When you're just giving it to a rando, even though my advice is logically sound, it's not with the kind of advice a normal person would give. So they go, well, that doesn't sound like it would work. For instance, I was listening to a podcast at work, and they're arguing. They were arguing some extreme shit. They were super Christians, super Catholics, and basically they were the porn is cheating crowd. So if you watch porn, you're cheating on your man.
Oh.
Yeah, porn is cheating.
Oh, good.
And that even, and the argument was, well, relationships where they watch porn together tend to be healthier. They're like, no, they don't. And then they're arguing that those relationships, with those deviants always end poorly. And I'm going, mine didn't end poorly. In fact, the relationship where I'm with a woman who doesn't believe that porn is cheating, and while I wouldn't call our relationship an open relationship, it's somewhat open. We're open to experiences.
Yeah. We like to try new things.
But because of that, because they said that those, poly relationships always end poorly, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, maybe. They're more difficult and most people don't know what they're signing up for. But our relationship isn't a poly relationship. Like, there's no other girlfriend or other wife, etc. Like, that's what they're talking about. Like, there's no other serious commitment here. We just have fun. But even the having fun thing, they said, doesn't work, and it's just going to it's just going to cause problems. And I'm like, I would argue that the one relationship I had where we do those things, where we, oh fuck, I need you to die. The one relationship I've been in, where we do have open experiences and we invite other women in. We're a little more laid back. We're a little more open. I would argue that this is the most honest and trustworthy relationship I've ever been in. And I think that would probably be true for most people. Yeah. Why would your man feel the need to cheat or hide anything from you if he knows all he has to do is ask? Yeah. And it's not going to start an argument. It's not going to start a fight. Like, there are no touchy subjects with us. It's just, if I find a girl attractive, I can, hey, look at that. We can look at it together.
Yep.
Maybe we'll hit on her together. Maybe we'll bring her home.
Yep.
If a girl's getting flirty online, I can show you the messages and it's not going to turn into a fight. It's going to be okay, well, let's talk to her together. This is what you say to her. And it becomes an adventure we go on together. So, and the way I thought that I could prove that this is honestly a healthier, more honest relationship than, like, if you can get past the jealousy factor, and I'm not saying the way we do it would work for everybody, but I'd say that the way we do it works for us is that we see it as an adventure we're going on together. So, where did the seeds go? Supposed to spit out seeds? Okay. It's something we're doing together. We're in it together. So that's how it works for us, and that's how the jealousy factor ends up getting removed. And then after you do it together for so long, you become so comfortable that maybe, okay, well, this time you go alone, I don't care. Like, and you reach that level of trust where even if you went and did something alone, you're not worried about these two sneaking off behind my back or doing something, because why would they? They, like, it's he can have his cake and eat it too if he stays here. There's no reason for him to do that. And there's no reason for either of them to hide anything from me because I've been involved with everything up until this point, and I'm going to see all these messages anyway. You know, you give them full access to everything, and everything's a group chat. Everybody's involved.
This is how I explain it to most of my friends or to anyone I talk to about it. We're both too lazy to make this.
Yeah, cheating's a lot of hard work.
It is.
Cheating's a lot of work. You got to get a second phone. You got to keep track of this web of lies.
I'm not into
You have to trust
lying.
another person's going to lie with you. So now there's another party
And you
involved.
got to keep your story straight.
Oh, God. It's just
Jesus Christ.
when I could just be like, hey, this girl's been hitting on me. Can we do something with her?
Yeah.
I really like this chick. I really want to.
Yep.
I really want to put it in her. Do you want to? You
Yep.
want to hold it? You want to
Yep.
put it in for me? You want to
There
hold
you
the
go.
camera? Like you want to do stuff
Yep.
to get? Like what do you think? Like, and it's a weight off your shoulders when you can not have to hide that and just tell your partner about it. So the way I go about it when I'm proving to those people that there's more trust in my relationship with my woman than there is with you and yours is you catch those people completely off guard. So you catch them, let's say you could catch a normal couple on their way out the door to work in the morning. And you stop them before they get to their car. So you can't let them know you're doing it beforehand because then they can plan for it. You have to stop them and in the moment right now, this is what you're doing. You stop them at their cars on their way to work or stop them at their door, you know, before they leave for the day and they're going to go their separate ways to do their daily routine. You stop them and you go, hey, so just for today, for the entire day, for 24 hours starting right now, swap phones. So you'll take your phone to work, you'll take his phone to work.
You're going to have it all day.
Give each other the work codes, and then, you know, because if you go, well, swap, well, would you let him use your phone? You know, most of them will say yes, just to prove you wrong, as long as they're in the room and they can supervise what the other person's doing on their phone. But if you're like, because I've seen that happen where they'll have them in podcast interviews and be like, let's see how much you trust each other. Give your man your phone. Give him 5 minutes to do whatever he wants on your phone.
Yeah.
And they'll do it, but then the woman will stand there, or the man will stand there, over his woman's shoulder next to him in the chair, watching everything she's doing. So she's got that pressure on her to avoid certain things because she knows, oh shit, I better not click on this app. I better not click on this thing. I better not go to the text messages because then they'll use that as ammo to say, well, if you trust him, why did you read his text messages? Why did you do
this?
Yeah. So you'll do that. No, take all that pressure away, take all that stuff away, and just go, nope. You each get the other person's phone all to yourself for an entire day. No one watching you, no one like trying to prove a point next to you. There's no pressure. You can do whatever you want on the phone in private by yourself. Because I don't care what you find on the phone. That's not the point of the exercise. I don't really care. I'm not trying to prove your man is cheating. I'm not trying to prove your woman is cheating or that you two aren't trustworthy. The whole point I'm trying to give is your reaction to the question, which is that you don't trust each other if you hesitate at all to that arrangement. If there's any hesitation or making of excuses or trying to find a reason not to do it, then there's no actual trust there.
Nope,
You're
there's
both
not.
just, you know, you both have an amount of courtesy that you've agreed upon in this relationship, but you're also still agreed to a level of distance because you know I can't trust this person.
Yep.
There's stuff you can't trust this person with.
Like, I don't even think I'd have to give you a code. I think you know.
No, I know the
open
code
my
to your phone. You know the code
and
to my
I
phone.
know the code to yours.
I know that it would be a problem for us because there's multiple times throughout the day, just on a regular day, where either one of us will just grab the phone nearest to us and use it. Could be mine, it could be yours, it doesn't fucking matter. And I'm not worried about you finding pictures of naked women on my phone. You'll find them, but I know that any picture of a naked woman she finds on my phone is one she took.
Yep.
So she already knew about it. Any text is either a text chat she's already currently in as a group chat or something I've already shown her anyway or told her about. Because she
Or it's
knows me and this
porn.
person are talking.
And I just don't care about porn.
Oh, I mean, I ain't even talking about the porn. I'm talking about
Yeah,
interactions with other people. Like even if you find, you know, if you find a text chat with another girl, You already knew about it.
Yeah.
Even if you weren't, even if it wasn't a group chat, some of them are group chat with, some of them I forget to do the group chat, or the girl texts me independently and I just carry on the conversation and don't think about it, and I don't think to make it a group chat. Because it doesn't matter. I'm going to show her when I get home, or, she's going to touch base to see how things went. And I'm going to tell her, oh yeah, this is what we did.
Yep.
This is what we talked about. Like, I'm going to tell her what's going on. Do we have any plans? Do I need to get rid of the kids this weekend? Like, we're gonna touch base on all that stuff. So it doesn't fucking matter. Like, it's not a thing it's not a thing I even think about. And my point being is, when there's that level of trust, you don't have to think about hiding things. You don't have to think about how it's going to go. You can just behave the way you would normally behave and not worry about anything. You're not doing anything wrong, so you have nothing to hide. Nothing you're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about the other person, because most couples aren't even on the same page. Even if neither one's doing anything wrong, most of them aren't even, like, the whole porn brought up a light bulb in my brain going, you know what? Most of them aren't even on the same page about day-to-day shit with each other, which leads to something that they're going to hide. Thank you for the follow, Shadow Ranger. But most of them aren't even on the same page about just, like, day-to-day shit.
Yeah.
And they're going to hide that stuff from them because they don't want to have the argument. Is it hurting the relationship that the guy watches porn? No.
It shouldn't.
No, it shouldn't. And it most of the time doesn't. But if you're dating one of those women who thinks watching porn is cheating, the guy's still going to watch porn like he's going to masturbate.
That's what I don't understand. Do they not masturbate? Because I masturbate.
Those are the women who tell you, I know you masturbate. And I know you watch porn.
Yes.
But those are the women who tell you that they masturbate with their imagination. It's the fantasy. They don't need a visual aid.
Okay.
They imagine what they want, and they're usually imagining their man.
No, they're not.
Is what they're going to tell you. So how come he needs his visual aid? Now he's fantasizing about that woman. It's a deep insecurity thing.
Yeah,
and the man knows she's insecure, and he knows what she's saying is unreasonable, but instead of having the conversation with her, what does he do? He's just going to hide it from her, which is why he doesn't want to show her the phone. Is he cheating? Is there anything in his phone that should be relationship ending? Probably not. He's got porn on there. He's got, you don't want her to go through your search history or your browser history on your mobile phone, because then she's going to see you've been to the hub. You've been to a few websites that she doesn't want.
Yeah.
So it's just, there's like a base level lack of trust where you guys have basically agreed to be roommates that fuck. Yeah. Most relationships are just roommates that fuck, and they never actually reach a level of trust, and that's why a lot of relationships end in divorce. It's not because someone cheated. It's not because someone was dishonest. It's because you never reached that level of honesty. You kept each other at a certain distance for the entirety of your relationship, and eventually that distance widened, and then you separated. That's how most divorces go.
Or something happens that tests that.
Usually it's a moment of realization that you don't know me as well as I thought you did.
Yeah, that too.
And then and then that rift is formed. And it just keeps getting deeper and wider and deeper until finally you just drift apart. So any of those divorces you get where you talk to people and they're like, just fell out of love.
We just grew apart.
Yeah, we just grew apart. That's what that means. Like the ugly divorces happen where, someone cheated and then they found out and it got ugly. Those, sure, they happen.
Oh, yeah.
But I'd even argue that that same thing happened before the cheating happened.
Yeah.
Where they grew apart.
There's a reason they grew apart.
The guy cheated because you two weren't as close as you used to be, and he didn't want to leave you yet, but what he did was still wrong. He was trying to have his cake and eat it too. He was test driving a new car before he purchased it. He wasn't just going to sell his old car and jump into a new one without driving it first. You got to take it for a test drive. Yeah, and that's where their mind goes a lot of the time. The point I'm trying to make is that with an open relationship or a relationship where, like we're doing, where we're having threesomes, we're hitting on women together, it's not so much open, we don't both date other people, but we both hit on women together. Like it's an adventure we go on together. When it comes time to try something new, we both find a girl we like, we agree
Yeah.
upon her, and then we do stuff with her together.
It's not you
It's
go
an-
do your thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
we're
yeah.
doing it
Yeah,
together.
when you keep it separate like that, yes, that's why most open relationships lead to problems, and that
Yeah.
those are the ones they'll point to as examples that open relationships don't work. No, there's a right and a wrong way to do that. Some people could handle that kind of open relationship where you do your thing and you come home and then you
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. A lot of porn stars are married to each other, and that's their job. They go to work, they have sex with other people, they go back home, and it doesn't affect them whatsoever because it's a job to
It's a
them.
job.
Sex itself is a job to them, so it doesn't affect their relationship at all. There are plenty of happily married porn stars, but ours is, you know, if you're both involved and it's a thing you're doing together, then A, it's not cheating, and B, the emotion you feel while doing it is an emotion you guys are sharing together.
Yeah.
Like when we've brought other women in, I always prefer to do it with you there. When I do stuff with a girl when you're not in the room or you're not there or whatever, you couldn't make it for whatever reason, or you just weren't in the mood to have fun that night, so we go do our thing.
Yeah.
It's not the same feeling. It's not as fun without you there. There's a noticeable difference.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still fun, but it's a different kind of fun.
It's different, yeah.
I prefer you there. But because of that, we've reached a level of trust that 99% of relationships probably never get to. There is no arm's reach with us. There's like, I can just tell you what's on my mind, no matter how dirty it is. I don't have any like inappropriate thoughts that are inappropriate in front of my wife. Like I can
don't-
actually be myself
Yeah.
and hide nothing. And that's a liberating feeling that 99% of couples will never have. You can go to your average monogamous couple right now and find that there is a list of things that they wouldn't do in front of each other. Like the guy will act differently and have different conversations with his guy friends than he will with his wife. He could never have the same conversation with his wife that he has with his guy friends. That's just boys being boys. That's locker room talk. You don't have locker room talk with your wife. And the
the deal
girl
with
will
that?
talk to her girlfriends differently than she would ever talk to her husband. There is a disconnect in communication there. She can't talk to her husband the way she talks to her friends. He can't talk to his wife the way he talks to his friends. So you two are married and you're a couple, but you're not really friends.
Like, no, when I grew up, like, my parents always told me, and I never, like, saw my parents hanging out with a bunch of different couples all that much. Because they always told me, your dad's honestly my best friend, or your mom's kind of my best friend. You know, they would every once in a while, but usually it was just, they were happy just to hang out with each other.
Yeah,
They
it's
didn't have
that
to do that. I need to
because
get
you
away
find
from
that
your mom
old
thing.
saying is, you find that old saying with guys going, she's my best friend. We're best friends. But then you find that he talks differently with his guy friends than he does with his
Yeah.
wife. And I'm like, wait, then how's she your best friend?
She's not.
Like, if you can't tell her the same thing you would tell your normal friends or have a normal, friendly conversation like you do with your guy friends, if you have to keep your guy friends separate from your wife and your interaction separate because she wouldn't understand, then she's not on the same level as your friends. She's not a best friend.
Yeah.
She's a wife. You've separated wife and friend. She's not your best friend.
Like, I
I can honestly say my wife is my best friend.
yeah.
There are gross conversations I'll have with her that I wouldn't have with my guy friends. There's things I tell her I wouldn't tell my guy friends.
I have heard
because they
things
wouldn't
about
get
your
it.
butthole.
Yeah, like I'm not telling my guy friends about my butthole. I'll tell my wife about my butthole. I'm not
Oh,
telling my
they
guy
won't.
friends about my butthole because they're gonna look at me weird. Like I'm at a level of trust with her. I can't even be with guy friends. And your average couple never reaches that. They think that they do, or they'll try to preach that they do to prove a point, but in reality, they do not. They very clearly do not.
Like, I have no problem being your wingman. In fact, I find it fun because I like to flirt. But, you know.
Yeah, and flirting with girls is way different than flirting with
It
guys.
is.
Yeah, you like
Yeah.
you reach that point, and it's way more fun to hit on a girl. I can tell you this now. If anyone's in a relationship, you hadn't tried it yet. It is way more fun to hit on a girl as a couple than as a singular guy.
Yeah.
I think every couple should go through that together,
Yep.
to try hitting on a girl together and having to do it as a couple, because you have to approach it very differently, and it's a very different experience than doing it single. And you'll also find that the girls you're hitting on will respond to you way different as a couple than they do when they're getting hit on by a single guy. Girls get hit on by single guys all the time.
Yeah.
But when they get hit on by a couple, it's a different experience for them too. And it becomes a whole different thing.
Because they've already got their guard up for the single.
Yeah.
guy
So you
thing.
find that you get different responses from the girls. You get, yeah, like it's a whole different experience. And you can take what you learn from that experience into, you know, hitting on that girl by yourself or giving that advice to friends. Like, it gives you a better understanding of the opposite sex when you see how they approach things differently to, you know, when you're open like that as opposed to when you're not. Oh my God, why are you in my house? Oh wait.
Yeah, how
No,
did
he's
that
just
get
coming
in
to
the
give you a
house?
hug.
Oh, good day, mate.
Good, eh? Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
You're not gonna do that?
Nope.
And so you can put on that headset, I guess I can at least let you hear the Discord.
Mm.
Or I can just tell you what they say.
Yeah, just tell me what they say.
You just don't want to be part of it today. Okay.
No, it's not that. I'm
It's just too much work. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'm being super lazy right now.
What's up,
What's
Ozzy?
going on, man?
Hi, Ozzy.
What's up, Ozzy?
Yeah,
we
not
were
much.
we were talking about this thing that we heard. You know what? I'm gonna get your opinion on it then, to see where you're at with it. Even though you're not in a relationship, it's a pretty base level thing, just more of an opinionated thing. Do you consider if you were, all right, two questions here. I'll start with one. Two questions. One, if you were in a relationship with a girl, would you still watch porn? That's question one.
Probably.
Probably. Okay. And
You
how
should.
would you react? He said, yeah, he'd probably still watch porn if he was in a
Yeah.
relationship with a girl. Because, you know, sometimes you know, even when you're married or in a relationship, there are times when you just got to take care of yourself.
Yep.
So, you know, that's still going to happen. Like, you're never going to stop the self-love, if you will. Okay. So, what would you do, or what would you say if you're in a relationship with a girl? You're watching porn. You're taking care of yourself. She's got a headache. She's not in the mood. She's on her period. Whatever. She can't do anything. And instead of bothering her with it or guilt tripping her, you're like, I'll just take care of this myself. No big deal.
Yep.
So you start watching porn. Girl walks in the room, catches you watching porn, and she freaks out and tells you that porn is a form of cheating. That you are mentally cheating on her by watching that porn.
I find that so funny when I hear that. Anyway.
What would you say to that?
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but
I mean, just engage with the hypothetical. Put yourself in that situation for a moment. You and this girl have been together a while, been dating, you got a good relationship going, and you never knew this thing about her. And then one day, you know, you thought she knew you watched porn, but she never actually like walked in on it before. And then for this first time ever, she walks in on you watching porn, and you realize that she didn't know you did this. And now she is freaking out because she thinks you are mentally cheating on her by watching porn because you're fantasizing about another woman. And it's, you know, you were mentally, it's like cheating on her, and she's upset. What would you say to her? Like, how would you explain this situation? How would you engage with it? Like, how would this affect the relationship? What would you do? Because you can't just sit there and do nothing. You got to have an explanation. Conversations got to be had. What do you do now?
Maybe you should do like
Yeah.
a...
yeah, I don't know.
Australian
Here's what it
lady
is.
accent.
Deal with it or break up.
I mean, yeah, deal with it or break up. Those are the options. But I mean, let's say that you didn't want to break up. That you wanted to have the conversation. You wanted to pick her brain and figure out why she thinks this thing. Or like how you fix the relationship. You want to stay with the girl. You don't want to leave. I mean, yeah, breaking up's an option. But how would you try to rationalize with this person? Sounds like
I'm
something
not gonna-
Brittany Venti would say. Yeah. Well, she's nuts.
Not gonna try. She would need to rationalize it with herself.
I mean, you could guide her through that process. And that could be what she's reaching for. That could be the help that she needs. She may not, because if she was like, if that was a deal breaker for you, she would just break up on the spot. The fact that she's upset about it and not walking through the door means that there is a conversation to be had. Maybe she just doesn't understand it. Maybe there's a conversation to be had. Maybe you can educate her on this. Maybe you can find why she feels this way. Question is, how do you approach that? And I was more or less just trying to get how would the average guy approach this? Because 9 times out of 10, with most guys, it's an argument. It's just an argument. Like, that's what it's going to be. But I was making that point because me and my wife are obviously not in a traditional relationship, if you will. And things like that aren't even on our radar. Like, that would never bother either of us. We obviously have sex with other women. So, the jealousy factor's not there. There are a lot of problems that the average relationship has that we don't. And I can't help but wonder, I'm constantly being told how my relationship isn't going to work, how this is toxic, this is doomed to fail. And I can't help but wonder, well, where's the part that makes it fail? Because we've gotten past all of the parts that you say are problems in normal relationships. We've gotten past the jealousy part. Obviously, we've conquered that. We've had so many other women and, so many other sexual adventures at this point that it's almost routine. It's a thing that we do together. So there is no, jealousy factor for us. So, okay, so that element is removed. So we don't have that problem. All right, that's a problem most relationships have. Okay, so we don't have that. All right, so where's the other part? Where's the toxic part? Okay, it's a trust thing. Well, no, I disproved that earlier because I've proven that we've reached a level of trust most normal relationships never reach, because most normal relationships, they hide things from each other, if for no other reason than to protect each other's feelings, because they're worried about that jealousy thing. You can go up to an average couple right now, catch them on the street completely off guard and be like, hey, for the rest of the day, swap phones. So he's going to take his wife's phone to work. You're going to take your husband's phone to work, and you two will have the other person's phone for the entire day. So any text messages that come in, the other person's going to see, they're going to be able to respond to, they're going to be able to go through all your stuff. Most couples wouldn't agree to that. Why? Because they have things to hide. Because they're worried about the jealousy factor. Even if it's nothing serious, even if they're not cheating, or they're not having those moments, or they're not doing anything, blah, blah, blah. Maybe the guy's just got a female friend, or the girl's just got a male friend that maybe she has kind of a flirty text back and forth with. It's never going to amount to anything, but it's kind of flirty. There are some things that are said in it that could be taken the wrong way, and she's worried about it. Yeah, most of them will never actually tell the other person how they feel about each other. How they will never actually have those conversations to find out what makes them jealous and how to get over it. So instead of actually addressing any of their problems and reaching that level of trust, they keep each other at arm's reach, so to speak, and they just build the relationship around the problems instead of ever actually addressing them. Problems. Yeah. And that's what a normal relationship is like. And I'm constantly being told how my relationship is doomed to fail, and it's so bad compared to a normal one. Which my response then is always, well, if normal relationships are so good, why do 50% of those end in divorce? I mean, if you guys are doing all the right things, why aren't they working?
How long have we been together?
15 years at this point. Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Longer than most normal marriages. Most normal marriages fail long before ours has. So I'm not seeing the part where what we're doing isn't working, and I'm not seeing the part where what you're doing is any better. Most of you guys struggle to even tell each other how to make a normal relationship work, and you consider normal relationships a lot of work and hard. So if you can't even master the normal one, of course you're not going to understand ours. We've clearly mastered that and moved beyond it. to the point where I don't think I could be in a normal one because I would
No.
need this level of trust in any relationship I got in after her.
Yeah.
And the minute I had a girl who wouldn't just let me have her phone for the day, it's not even about me wanting to find something in it. I just want to see if you'll trust me with it. I'm just trying to gauge where we're at. I probably wouldn't even go through your phone. I wouldn't even go through your stuff. I probably even wouldn't respond to your text messages just out of pure respect. I don't do that when I've got her phone. I could, and I usually don't because I'm just not worried about it.
Honestly, I'd probably
But
like it if
I would
you
I would
responded.
I would become worried if I just asked you something as innocent as shit, I can't find my phone. Can I borrow yours today? And then a conversation has to be had
Yeah.
after that. That caused a conversation. That shouldn't. That should just be a, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like, you don't feel that way about anything else. Like, girls will come up to their boyfriends all the fucking time when they're in a relationship, or hell, even when they've had a one night stand, and be like, I'm gonna wear your shirt today. I can't find mine.
Yeah.
Okay,
That is something we do.
the phone should be the same. It's just part of his ensemble. You're gonna step in his shoes and wear his clothes, use his phone. Like, what's the big deal? Why are we doing this? It just speaks to the mental state of the relationship when you can't even do something as simple as use each other's phone. Like, every other electronic you have, you'll share. I don't feel like walking in the living room today. I don't feel like using my computer. I'm gonna use yours. I don't feel like watching TV in the living room. I'm gonna watch your TV. Let me use this.
Yep.
Let me use that. Yeah, like, you guys share
Yeah.
everything else, but that personal thing, like your phone, the thing that could be used to cheat. Oh, now there's a level of distrust. And that's a normal, healthy relationship. So I'm not finding the part where mine's unhealthy. That's the part I'm not finding. And when I try to get them to explain it to me, and they explain all of the normal problems that they have, and I tell you, like, oh no, we don't have that problem in our relationship. Oh no, we don't have that problem in our relationship. Oh no, we don't have that. Okay, so where's the part where it causes a problem? Well, what if the other girl does this? Well, she'd instantly know about it. We do it together. She knows everything. I show her all the text messages. Like, I talk to her the same way I talk to one of my guy friends. Like, I don't even need to show her the text messages. Guys will go up to their guy friends all the time and be like, they'll even tell the private, intimate stuff about their wife with their guy friends, but won't have that conversation with their wife, because not an honest conversation with their wife. They'll approach it differently with their wife. They won't go to their wife and say, remember when you said this to me? That's fucking crazy. You're being a crazy person right now. But they'll go up to their guy friends and be like,
Do you
man, this
believe
bitch
what
is
she-
crazy.
Yep.
Look at it. Can you?
This bitch
am,
right here.
Am I crazy, or she lost her mind? But then you won't go back home to your wife and be like, have you lost your mind? Like, you won't have that same. You'll have that conversation with your guy friends when they step out of line and be like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's simple shit like that. I will tell my wife she's being crazy all the fucking time.
Yep. And I will tell you, you're being crazy all
Be like,
the
are you
fucking
outside of
time.
your mind? That is crazy. You can't do that. You can't.
That sounds like some crazy shit.
We'll be having an argument, and I'll be like, stop. You're acting like a crazy person. That is irrational. We need to separate. When you get out of crazy bitch mode, we'll finish this conversation. Most husbands, if they were to say that to their wife, be like, stop, you're in crazy bitch mode right now. We need, what did you call that? And it's just going to make it worse.
Oh,
So why are you treating your wife with kids' gloves? Why aren't you able to talk to her as openly as you can your guy friends? Oh, because you don't trust her the same way you trust your guy friends.
Yep.
We don't have that problem.
Yep.
It's just so odd to me that's...
I don't get it.
Yeah,
Myself.
that they have the audacity to tell me my relationship is broken when 50% of yours end in divorce. I don't know what the stat is on open relationships. I'm not going to say poly relationships because we don't have a girlfriend. We just have,
Yeah.
people we fuck with.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the stats is on, I guess the best way to describe this, if we have to break it down to its most, I mean, it's a little more complicated than this, but if we had to explain it to a layman, it would be one-sided open relationship. We fuck with women, we don't really fuck with dudes.
Yeah.
That's what that means. But we both get something out of fucking with women. Because when you say one-sided open relationship, most people think, oh, the wife stays home and the
yeah.
guy goes out and does it.
No.
No, we both get something out of it. She's enjoying it as much as I am. She's there for it.
I'm living vicariously through you.
Yeah, she enjoys watching. That's the kink here. case you're wondering. Like, everybody understands it when it comes to a guy. You call him a cuck. Oh, so you like to watch it? Yeah, it's the female version of that. I don't think it's called a cuck when it's a girl. I don't know what it's called. I haven't Googled all this shit. But I just know it works for us.
Yeah.
But the point is she's getting something out of it too. But I don't know, like, I need to look up the stats on, like, how many cuck maybe that's what I would have to look at. I mean, I'd probably get more of the male side of things, but how many cuck relationships, how many cuck marriages work compared to how many traditional monogamous marriages work? And I'm almost willing to bet that less cuck marriages end in divorce than monogamous marriages. Because
assume.
the guy's cool with this. He understands his place. They both know where they're at.
Yeah.
And it's become a thing that they do together. There's no insecurity in it. They've embraced the insecurity and made it part of the relationship, which makes them both way more comfortable.
Yep.
To whereas in a traditional marriage, there are insecurities that they usually won't ever address. He'll keep his insecurities to himself. She'll keep her insecurities to herself, and they'll only speak out about them when a boundary is crossed, and that makes them uncomfortable. And that makes them uncomfortable. And when you wait it till it reaches that point, well, now you're uncomfortable. A boundary has been crossed, and now it becomes a whole different thing. It becomes an argument instead of a conversation. Yeah, I'd say that's a bet I'd be willing to take. Is that most cuck relationships probably last longer than traditional marriages.
Yeah.
So if your relationship is so much better, why has mine lasted longer? Why are we doing better? Why do these relationships work better on average? Would probably be the conversation I'd have to have. But I don't want to have. I don't want to make that claim without actually looking up those stats.
Yeah. The receipts to back it up.
I mean, without looking up anything, just going on pure guess, I'd say that's probably true. Just because I know the mindset involved. Just because I know the mindset involved with it. And if it doesn't work, and I would argue that 9 times out of 10 when those relationships don't work, it's not because what they're doing wasn't working, it's because somebody was abusive. And that's a different problem.
Yeah.
It's usually not related to the infidelity, quote unquote, the infidelity or the kink. It's usually related to somebody overstepping a boundary or being abusive and abusing their position, which could happen in any relationship. Abusive people could happen in any relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be my argument there.
I can't tell you how many guy friends I had in college and even after college who I'd hear them complain to me about girls and, well, she caught me watching porn or this or that. And I'm like, why does this matter?
Yeah. I cannot count the number of guy friends I've had. Like, if I ever dated a girl who got mad that I watched porn, I'd be like, yeah, this ain't gonna work.
No.
I don't. Like, me watching porn is for you. Like, I don't think you understand that me watching porn is for your benefit. Because if I had to bother you for sex every time I got horny instead of being able to take care of it myself, you wouldn't be able to make it through the day. No. Like, I don't think you understand my sex drive here. Like, I watch porn to go to sleep at night. Like, I rub one out to go to sleep. I already have problems sleeping. I only sleep about 4 hours a night, and I gotta jerk off to wear myself out to the point that I can get that 4 hours. like if you tell me I can't do that, you're basically telling me I can't sleep. Like, this ain't gonna fucking work. Like, maybe that's just me though. Because remember the last girl we had over here? Who was the one that probably ain't coming back now because she lost her job.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Because she didn't like that we tried to help her and tell her that...
After she asked me to help her?
After she asked us for help, and then she didn't like the kind of help that we offered and took it personally, yeah. It's not a sex thing or related to the sex stuff. It's nothing like that. It was a...
It was a her life thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, remember she talked all that shit about how she could keep up, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I don't care. anytime you need to taken care of, don't watch porn, just grab me and we'll do it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like 6 times in, by the end of the day, I'm waking her up
she
in the
was
middle of the
worn
night.
out.
Like, I don't go to bed till 3 a.m. She's already in bed. I'm waking her up and I'm like, I'm ready to go to bed. Let's do stuff. Then I'm waking up in the morning before work like, oh, I woke up with this. I guess you got to take care of it. Like, she got no sleep. Like, she was miserable the next day. Like, yeah, porn has its uses.
Oh, God.
To her credit, though, she did never say no. She did hang in there.
Yeah, she did. She did. Fuck.
Bless her heart.
Oh, my God. But yeah. I have gone on dates with guys that just seemed high maintenance.
Oh yeah,
And
the
like
one
I
that really
said-
gets me are the guys that don't want their girls watching porn.
Yeah, like what's
Like,
I'm
okay,
too
like you remember
lazy
the
for
red
this.
pill guy who can't stop talking about not wanting to know the guys that his
Yeah.
that his
yeah.
wife had been with before, and like
How big
he's
their dick was
dreamed
and
up in
stuff,
his head
yeah.
what he thinks it is, but he won't actually talk to her about it to find out. He's like, I don't want her to tell me. I don't want to know. I know I'm not the best that she's ever had. I know I don't have the biggest dick that she's ever been with, and I don't want to know what that guy looks like. It's such a deep level of insecurity.
You pure secure baby.
It's such a deep level of insecurity. But those are the same guys who are going, I don't want her watching porn. I don't want her fantasizing about those big dicks. I don't have one. It's not. I can't give her that if that's what she wants. I don't want her fantasizing about things that she can't have. Yeah, it's an insecurity
baby.
thing, and it's usually the same with those women that don't want their guy watching porn because I'll never have a body like hers. I'll never have breasts that perfect. I'll never be able to do anal. Like it's.
Never say never on that one. That one
Or
just takes practice.
what they really mean is I'm not willing.
I'm
but,
not
yeah.
willing. Yeah. I mean, I am not afraid to say I'm not willing. That's
I'm a good.
that's a
I
exit
can't do
only for me.
anal. I'm a good Christian woman.
Okay, well that's
It's
certainly
in the
not why.
Bible.
It's in the Bible.
God don't like butt stuff. That's in the Bible.
Just say it just like that.
God don't like butt stuff. That's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible. But yeah, I can't. Like I
The
can't
good
deal
book
with high
says
maintenance
it's
men.
just like the good book says. Thou shalt not plow the poop chute. That's in the Bible.
Thou and the poop chute, huh? Yep. The good book with all them thous there.
Thou shalt not plow the poop chute. Disgraceful. I don't know. It's just, and those people never stick around for me to have the "I told you so" moment. That's what pisses me off the
No,
most. Is
they
all the
don't.
people who told us the relationship wouldn't work. Here we are, 15 years in. Most of them have already been through divorces, and I want to be around to be like, "How's the monogamous relationship working out for you?"
Yep.
But they've already noped out. Like the minute that they
Yep.
knew their divorce was coming, they stopped talking to me because they know what speech I'm going to give. They know what I'm going to say to that is, yeah. How'd that monogamous thing work out for you?
Or they're gonna have to either concede
Kinda-
and say, you know what, you kind of called this.
Kind of wishing
Yeah.
you could have threesomes now, right? Because, hey, even if me and my wife get divorced tomorrow and me and you were going to talk about our divorces, even at the end of my marriage, I enjoyed the ride.
Yep. There you
Sounds
go.
like yours was miserable.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Find the hole.
You almost puked laughing. I'm sorry. I guess I am kind of shitting on all those. I don't mind like the monogamous people. I'm not trying to shit on them.
Yeah, 'cause
if that's
this
the kind of
doesn't- it doesn't
relationship
work
you
out for
want,
everybody.
that's the relationship. Yeah, I'm never
It's
gonna
not
tell.
for everybody.
I'm never gonna tell other people to do what we do. What we do works because we're both into it for different reasons that are compatible.
Yeah.
I get bored with one woman if I have to do the same thing. Like no matter how many new stuff we try, to me it would be like eating the same food every day. No matter what toppings or side dish you put next to it, eventually I'm going to get sick of that food. I need something new to make me miss that food, and variety is the spice of life. I need the variety. She gets off watching. She enjoys watching me do things with girls, especially considering her health and there are a lot of things she can't do. She enjoys telling the other girls to do those things that
Living
she wants to do.
vicariously.
Yeah, she enjoys being in control of someone else and telling them to do the things that she can't.
I'm also
So-
a control freak. So.
Yeah, so our two things are compatible, and that's what makes it work so well. You can call it degenerative if you want. I just call it fun. It just works. I wouldn't recommend this for everybody because most people get jealous. Most people are, one is in it for this reason. The other one's
Yeah.
only kind of in it and a little bit reluctant and thinking that they'll learn to like it. No, you can't learn to like it. Either you're into
Either
it,
in it or
either
you're not.
you're into
Yeah.
it and it got you horny and it made you want it, it got you off, or you're not.
Yeah.
You can't force yourself to get horny at something that doesn't excite you. Either it excites you and you're into it or you're not.
Yeah.
And if you are excited, you are into it, then you just need to find a person that's into the thing that's compatible with the thing that you're into, and you will have a long, stable, degenerate fucking marriage, and it'll be great.
Bunch of degenerates.
The problem is monogamy's the norm, so monogamous people never look for that compatibility first.
No.
They just assume it's going to work because this is how relationships are supposed to work. And they both know how it's supposed to work. And one of them's usually forcing it. Like, even in monogamous relationships, you still have to find those things you're compatible with. With kinks, at least you're forced to compare kinks and compare notes and see if they're compatible. Monogamous people, when they're dating, never have those compare notes moments to be like, even in the monogamous relationship, you still have to be like, well, how many times a week do you like to do it? Well, I like to do it this much. Or I need to do it once a day before I go to bed or I'm not going to be able to sleep. Like even the little nuanced shit like that. So then they end up getting married and then you have a guy who's frustrated because, damn, every time I try to do it, she's got a headache or she's got an excuse. Or you've got the opposite where the woman wants to do it and the guy can't keep up. They're not on the same page sexually, even though they're monogamous and only committed to each other. And that leads to an extra level of frustration when you're only committed to each other because now you're not willing to accommodate the other person. Even though you love them and want them to be happy, you're not willing to accommodate them, but you're not willing to let anyone else accommodate them either. So where does that leave them? Yeah. That's the most common problem with marriages, but they don't ever want to talk about that.
Yeah. No.
Plus, with my jank-ass knees, not a lot I can do for my lovers. At least as far as topping goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got
She has the
jank-ass
same problem.
knees, too.
She can't. It's a lot of positions she can't do. She can't be on her knees. She can't get up top. She can't do a lot of stuff. But she can lay there and make a mess on the bed while she instructs someone else to do it.
Yep.
But you'll never get a monogamous relationship to be like, my wife won't do anal and I really want to do anal. And I'll be like, so why don't she outsource it and get someone else to do
There
it?
you
And
go.
she can coach you through it and be there for you and enjoy it with you. In fact, there's probably nothing sexier than her watching you get to try that thing you enjoy that she wouldn't get anything out of. But making out with you and seeing your pleasure, while you're doing it, would probably do something for. If they actually tried it, they'd probably like it, but they can't get past that. They can't get past that, and they can't
Because
do it.
they always
that frustration builds over time,
Yeah.
and then that sexual frustration comes out as day-to-day life frustration, which then makes them angry all the time around each other, and sooner or later, you end up like my parents.
Yeah. Your dad's happy.
He's happy. Jesus. Outsourced anal, yes. I think you can get that on Fiverr.
He went to business school to learn
I went to
that.
business school to learn how to outsource my anal.
Oh god.
Since if everybody would quit being so uptight about it and just be like,
know.
and there are ways to try it that would eliminate. This is why prostitution should be legal, because there are ways to try it that would eliminate the jealousy factor. Like if you're really worried about the jealousy factor, you would both just plan a vacation where you're going to do
Get
all
a
this.
professional.
Yes, you would go get a professional the same way you would do anything else. Like those same people who wouldn't outsource that, like, do y'all not go get couples massages?
Yeah.
Do you get jealous
Actually,
when
they probably don't.
Do you get jealous when that Chris Hemsworth looking dude's got his hands all over your wife and that fucking hot Asian chick has got her hands all over your husband touching his parts?
Why aren't we going to go get a couples massage? Excuse me?
I don't know. You want to?
Yes. I've been asking for a massage for my back for like a long time.
Okay,
My
well, go
birthday's
get a
coming up.
massage.
Mother's Day's coming up. There's plenty of holidays coming up.
How do we know? How can we tell which which massage places do the happy endings?
I think those are usually the ones with the paper in the windows so you can't see
we go one of those?
inside. I mean, if you want to, but I doubt they're going to have Chris Hemsworth.
Well, I ain't trying to get my Chris Hemsworth happy ending. I mean, I'm pretty sure the chick's going to be Asian. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm not into Asian chicks. I'm into Chris Hemsworths.
Well, you could just be enjoying the massage while I get my happy ending.
So I don't
It's not like you're not getting... I mean, you can watch still. It's not like you're getting nothing out of it, but I would imagine that a relaxing massage while watching the Asian chick you're not into would kind of make up for it, right?
Not really.
All right. No happy ending then?
Let's just
Chris
find...
Hemsworth is hot as hell. Look, I'm
Yeah,
a straight
he is.
dude, but
Is.
ain't nobody that straight.
Nope.
There's exceptions to be made. Put that accent on that body.
At least get a Loki level massage.
I don't really think it's up to me. You know, we kind of got to
mean,
get what we can get around
I
here.
know, but I'm just thinking what sort of massage would be around here. That might be available.
Like I said, no one's 100% straight. Everybody's got their price.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, if the guy looked like Chris Hemsworth, I'd probably give him a discount. I'm just saying.
50% off coupons, sir.
The price to admission for that guy would be like, you know what? Even if people found out about this, I wouldn't be that embarrassed. Because, I mean, did you see that guy?
I mean, it's Chris Hemsworth.
I would have women jealous of me. Like, you got to do... Yeah, I did.
Yeah, exactly.
And you ain't even gay? No.
If Chris Hemsworth comes to our door, and for some reason it has to be you, I need you to at least talk him into having a threesome. Okay.
Best I could do is I could tell him my wife enjoys to watch, and she wants to film it so she can watch it later. And maybe, like, he may not agree to it beforehand, but maybe in the moment,
In the moment.
once
Yeah.
once
the
things
action
get
starts.
once things get heated, and in the moment he
Yeah.
might just be like, all right, fuck it, come on.
Okay, come on. On.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Might just have to roll the dice on that and see if you get lucky. As a gay man, I want to take Chris Hemsworth on a nice, lovely steak dinner, then let him dick me into oblivion.
You and me
I'll die happy. I'll die. So you'll take him out for a nice juicy steak, and then he'll take you home for a nice juicy tube steak.
Yep. There you go.
You boys like tube steak? What's tube steak? Then he drops his pants. Tube steak. And
There
then
you go. What was
yeah.
that movie that he's like?
yeah, what was the movie where he had like the dick outline on his pants the whole time, and he kept propping his leg up on the couch, and you can see it. And the dude's
Vacation
getting
movie?
dude's getting real uncomfortable. Like, Jesus,
Yeah.
this is the guy that's around my wife.
He's just like sitting there, hand on his hip, leg all propped up and open.
Yeah, and he's being all nice to the dude too in front of his wife. Like, I can help you out. Like, can you put your leg down? No, don't worry about it. Don't worry. And his wife's like,
Like, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Yep, Chris Hemsworth could definitely get it. But yeah. Yeah, I think more couples need to experiment.
yeah, more couples need to lighten the fuck up.
Yeah, lighten the fuck
That
up.
that's what I was saying. Like the way you could do it as a monogamous relationship, if porn and this would prove why prostitution should be legal, is because, yeah, like when you need anything else done, you go to a professional. You need your teeth worked on, you go to a dentist. You
Yep.
need your back worked on, you go to a chiropractor. Like there are specialists who specialize in certain things.
Yep.
If there's sexual things your man wants to try and it's too degenerate or you find it disgusting, but you would need him to get it out of his system, maybe it'll help your marriage, but you're worried about the jealousy thing. Well, how do I know him and this girl won't keep on talking? Boom. You save up your money. Jesus Christ. You save up your money, use your vacation time at work, and you book a flight to Vegas. And you find that professional. You find that prostitute. And you find the one who... I'm serious. Like
You and your significant
it's just like
other
going to a
do
restaurant.
hookers and blow
It's
together.
just like going to a restaurant or a massage parlor or whatever. They'll give you menus. This one does these things. You go through the menu. You find the
Yeah.
one that does the things you want, and you go do the things you want.
Yeah.
And then she kicks you the fuck out and never talks to you again.
There There you go.
because to her you're just a client. And there you go. The jealousy part's been eliminated. Unless unless it's still a problem for you, like personally, you're still jealous of even the prostitute. In which case, you've got some personal issues to work on. It's got nothing to do with your husband.
There are some people who
Yeah,
do
from,
have
I was
some
just going to say, from
personal
what I can tell
issues
from
in
an
which
outside
they,
perspective,
for some reason,
that it seems to be a lack of control.
Yeah, it's an insecurity on the other person's part. That's usually what it is. It's one part for lack of control, and then the other part it's an insecurity thing where you're insecure about this thing. You don't think you're going to do it well, but you don't want this other girl to do it.
To take it back to the restaurant, as you were saying, he can't go out for a steak dinner because how do you know the chef isn't going to make the steak better than what you make at home?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's an insecurity thing for most of them.
And if he does get that steak that's better, how do I know that he's not going to keep going back for that steak?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's an insecurity thing and a lack of control thing. I want to control what he eats so I know that he doesn't get anything better than what I have to offer. Yeah, it's absolutely that. And yes, there are women like that about their cooking.
There are, I know.
Like I have met women who would consider a guy getting a home cooked meal from a female friend to be cheating.
Yep.
You let this bitch feed you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have heard this before.
Yeah, I've met those women. That's insanity to me, but they do exist. You can cook a damn good steak, but I'm not a professional chef. Yeah, me too, man. I love to grill out. I got my own little special blend of spices I put on mine. Little special way I prep the steak. I don't tell nobody about.
It's the only thing he really knows how to cook.
Yeah, I have a deep respect for the grill. You know, I've even been known. Ozzy will be proud of this one. I've even been known in the summertime to do my own special blend of herbs and spices on the steak and shrimp on the barbie. You know.
I was trying to figure out where it was going because we went to Kentucky then we came to Australia.
No, I mastered making shrimp on a grill, so I don't cook them separate. They're right there on the grill.
Started off with
They're
herbs and
right
spices.
there on the grill next to the steak. Little steak and shrimp. I give them their own little special blend of seasoning.
What's the shrimp you're talking about? I don't know what a shrimp is.
You know, the authentic Australian dish, steak and shrimp. But I'm not one of those lazy motherfuckers that just says, "Oh, let me get a can of Old Bay and then boom, I got my seafood seat." No, I make mine
I
my
know
own
a
blend
good
of seasoning.
bit of surf and turf where you get a steak and some good prawns. But
Yeah,
they're
surf
not
and turf where you get a steak and
shrimp
some
is-
good shrimp. You know what? Prawn. That's it. I'm done with you, goddammit. Just nope. Googling this right now. Right now.
Why are you fighting with the Australian man?
Prawn. Googling prawn. That brought up porn. That brought up. How do you spell prawn?
See, because he looks for it so much, Google was just like, I know where this is going.
Did you mean porn?
P-R-A-W-N.
Oh, Prawn. My bad. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Are you even saying it right?
Prawn, yeah.
Prawn.
How else would you say
You gotta drag
that?
the A. Prawn. Okay, here we go. The difference between shrimp and prawns. All right. The names shrimp and prawn are often used interchangeably and understandably. Shrimp and prawns have a lot in common. They both are decapod crustaceans. Crustaceans. I got speech impediment, and you shouldn't make fun of it.
I'm sorry, Sadie. I have children.
I'm dyslexic.
I'm just
can't help it.
correcting them.
Meaning that they have 10 legs and exoskeletons. They both live near the floor of whatever body of water they inhabit, and their outer appearance, as well as when they're cooked, is very similar. However, it may surprise you to learn that shrimp and prawns are not even the same animal. Shrimp are part of a suborder of, that sounds like a disease. Preeclampsia?
No.
No, that one is a thing. It's Pliocymata, while prawns belong to the suborder of Dendrobranchicata? You say that word!
Dendrobranchiata.
Jesus Christ. Google will say this word. Fuck it. Google can't even say it. It's not even giving me the...
You know, my
The
best
other
friend's a
options.
marine biologist. I could probably just text her and she would tell me.
Okay, well, okay. Google's robot won't even say it, so I don't feel so bad now.
I'm not even gonna try.
Like, I got it to say prawns, but it won't say this. Okay. All right. Wow. All right. Shrimp and prawns can be found both in salt and fresh water. However, most varieties of shrimp are found in salt water, while most prawns live in fresh water. Yeah, I figured it was a fresh versus saltwater thing for the most part. What I had figured out, yeah.
Yes, this whole prawn versus shrimp debate is
Prawn,
like
shrimp.
some
shrimp.
shit you'd see on Always Sunny.
Yes, the stream just turned into an episode of It's Always Sunny in Australia. All right, god damn it. I'm sick of this. Prawn and shrimp are practically the same thing. They're cousins, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're learning here.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm willing to bet right now. You know what? I'm going to find that one out too, god damn it.
Oh, God.
Do they serve steak and shrimp in Australia?
I mean,
So
it's steak and
is it-
shrimp. I'm sure
yes,
it can
Australia
be served
serves
anywhere.
steak and shrimp. In fact, they also serve steak and prawns. They do both. They do both. So don't act like you've never heard of a shrimp, Ozzy. They got it there too, goddammit. I know you're fucking with me. Okay? You can go to a restaurant and get your steak and shrimp just like you can get your steak and prawns.
Did you
right.
notice at the international night at our kids' school that when they went to the Australia room, they were throwing flip-flops in a bucket?
Is that an Australian thing? To put your
Well-
flip-flops in a bucket?
What's her name? Avery's mom was like, is that an
What was that?
Australian thing? I was like, all I know is that dude from Australia in Call of Duty has always got some flip-flops on him, so maybe so.
Maybe so. All right.
Yeah,
They had it.
people going to restaurants in flip flops. Yeah.
Okay.
Is
I
it-
guess they got to put them in a bucket when they get there for sanitation purposes. So they had an
a
international.
bucket of alcohol?
All right. Well, they had an international day at my kid's school. So you go to the school, and like each classroom is a different country,
Yeah.
and they got things and activities from that country for the kids to do.
Yeah.
They went into the Australia room, and there was just a bunch of kids throwing flip flops in a bucket.
Hey, they were
That was the Australian activity.
they were coloring boomerangs as well.
They did make boomerangs. They also threw flip-flops in a bucket for some reason. That was the Australian experience. Throw your flip-flops in this bucket.
I'm sitting back there
You
with
bunch of
Avery's
cunts.
mom going, what's going on there? We're playing looking and we're watching our child.
Yep, they're throwing their flip-flops in a bucket and teaching each other to call their friends mates.
Mate. Did they have Bluey playing in the background?
I think they had
I
Bluey.
did.
Yeah, I think they were watching Bluey
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
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 Bonzo.
Most schools have like an international day or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right. So there, we've solved the debate. The point is, shrimp and steak, it's not just an American thing. It is served in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And Ozzy should be proud to know that bringing it all the way back to the start of this thing, Ozzy should be proud to know that I make a killer surf and turf. Steak and shrimp on the Barbie. I take the shrimp and I like marinate it. It's not even just seasoned. I get the special marinade and wrap it in a nice little tinfoil shell.
Do you,
In
do
this
you make the
marinade.
tinfoil in the shape of like the duck?
No, I don't make it in
Swan.
the shape of a duck, but I do have like these little spouts that come off the side to let the steam out, so they're
Oh.
steamed. And I put that on the grill, and
So it's
they're
like a
just kind of
gravy boat.
marinating, boiling in these special juices I've made
Oh.
while I cook this specially seasoned steak next to it. And then I take it off the grill, and I serve it to you bitches on a boomerang because I'm giving you the authentic Australian experience.
No, you can't do.
You
You
like
just
out-
throw it at
thing
you, take
for that.
You like
that
Outback with
authentic
the
Australian,
fucking little
You,
shot glasses on
you
the
got to add a
boomerang.
good Moreton Bay bug to that.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
you can't tell me that's not the authentic Australian experience, Ozzy. Every time I go to Outback Steakhouse, I get a bloomin' onion, some surf and turf, and all the dipping sauces they bring out are on a boomerang. Okay, you explain that
I
one.
thought it was the drinks, the little shot glasses.
Or shot glasses if
Is
you
it?
do the shot glasses, and a nice tall glass of Foster's, which, as we all know, is Australian for beer.
No, it's not. It is not.
It is a great combo. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
yes, 90% of the world
This guy
does
gets it.
surf and
You,
turf.
you need a good bug with some nice butter sauce.
Oh, God.
Oh, you talking about Red Lobster?
Red Lobster,
You
what?
said you get a good bug with some nice butter sauce. I think they think like lobsters are bugs.
I mean, technically.
I mean, they're big bugs, I guess.
No.
Technically, yeah.
No?
No, it's similar to a lobster.
Similar to a lobster. What's this thing called?
Moreton Bay bug.
Moreton Bay bug.
Oh, what?
We're gonna Google this.
What's in your
Moreton Bay bug. Okay.
bag? That's how you spell it?
Yep, Google corrected me on it. All right,
Okay.
let's have a look.
Oh, God,
this
this is going to be
Moreton-
something that's going to give me nightmares.
Moreton Bay bugs can be purchased at grocery stores, seafood restaurants, and fishmongers.
Come and get your fish.
Let's have a look at them. Oh, that's a waffle. That's a Walmart.
No.
Thank you, Google. I don't think you've
Hey,
understood what I'm
that
searching
wasn't
for. Here.
even
No,
waffle.
no,
that
it
was
was
for
down a
food
bit
line.
further.
Yeah, so this thing.
Those pictures there, yep.
So this is like a fat lobster.
Hmm.
What's a Balmain bug, and why do Australians love them? Moreton Bay bugs. Montane bug. Oh, there's the underside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just looks like a lobster.
Okay, please. Please.
It's kind of
Yeah,
like
and
a
the
lobster.
next-
Please.
Two pictures
You
over
know
is
my
how you
seafood
really
issue.
you serve it.
What like
Put it
this?
away. Put it away.
Up in the main, yeah.
Put it away.
Hey, Death. Hey, Ozzy.
I don't want to see your bug.
Good day, mate.
Oh, God.
Shit's
thing
fucking
looks like a
expensive.
horseshoe.
Fucking
It's like
$70
a horseshoe
shred
crab
bug.
and a lobster
They
at a
can
hate
get all the
child.
cockroaches they want in our state.
Yeah, up in the main set of pictures on the left.
This looks like something I'd shoot in Half-Life. This is like- what is this, a head crab?
you-
What is this? Like?
You just split them in half. Well,
Okay.
you
Yeah,
cook 'em
there's
up
a guy right
first,
here.
Then you split them in half. and-
Yeah, so there's a guy preparing it. Okay, so he's cut him down the middle. Kind of looks like a giant pill bug.
Okay, will you please? Oh,
Fine.
God. I'm going to throw up that freaking sandwich I just
They're
ate.
tasty.
You know how I feel about seafood.
Now, if you really want to mess with Sassy, look up Witchetty Grub.
What?
I'll never look at pill
A
bugs
witchetty
ever
grub.
Again,
He
no.
wants me to look up and show you a witchetty grub.
No.
You want to see a witchetty grub?
I certainly don't.
Good Australian bush
You know,
sucker.
my people don't really
good
like to
Australian
mess
dining.
with
God!
crap, so
Okay, now I got it. Okay, now I gotta see it after hearing his reaction. I can't just not look at that. All right, what'd you say? Witchetty?
it's
Witchetty
not
grub.
even a
Witchetty?
word.
Witchetty grub.
2 T's.
I got it. No D is 2 T's. All right, witchetty grub. Witchetty grubs are the large white larvae of
Oh, the
several
things
moths.
Pumbaa eats?
Several moths that eat the roots of witchetty bushes, also known as acacia trees.
They're the things Pumbaa eats
There you go.
in the Lion King.
Yeah, there.
That's great.
Is that a skull? Does it have a face?
Oh,
Looks like it has a face.
God.
I mean,
like
most things do have faces.
I mean, like it's wearing Majora's Mask kind of face.
I mean, I see what you mean, though, yeah.
No, looks like a mix of a lobster
Jesus.
and a horseshoe crab had a hate child.
That thing looks like if you frickin' threw it at a moving car
Yes, I
and
agree
bust
with
through
that
the windshield.
analysis of the bug.
Ozzy, I'm gonna be
Or
honest with you.
I mean the crab thing.
I'm gonna be honest with you here, Ozzy. I don't think my dog would eat this.
No, you can actually see.
Yeah,
pic-
yeah. I don't.
It's a bush
I-
tucker. It's what.
I think if I put this in front of my dog, he wouldn't eat it. Like he'd know it was wrong. And that son of a bitch eats his own shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know that was wrong. You would.
Jesus. Are there any American restaurants in? How about now? You guys hear me now? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear.
Sorry about that. Minecraft just crashed my shit. Now it ain't loading
Oh,
stuff
fine.
properly. Oh shit! I'm gonna need to restart Minecraft. Jesus. What was that? What was I talking about again? Where was I before?
Eating bugs.
No. I was asking you if there's any American restaurants in Australia. Like we've got,
Hungry Jack's?
obviously, we've got Outback Steakhouse, which gives you the authentic Australian experience. Got the old framed painting of Crocodile Dundee right there in the foyer when you enter. Okay.
Yep.
We got that. We got Steve Irwin over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
the greats, Australian legends. They used to have Mel Gibson up there, but they had to take that one down.
But he had to,
They had to take that one down after he became like a
Yeah.
crazy racist.
Yeah.
But I'm
Okay,
wondering, like,
let's see.
do you guys have any authentic American restaurants?
Pretty sure they have
Yeah,
McDonald's.
beyond
American
fast food, like
chains.
an actual sit down,
Hold on, wait.
get an American
Didn't Ozzy used
dining,
to work at
fine dining
Sizzler?
experience.
I mean, okay. Sizzler.
Wait, is Sizzler American or is that an Australian restaurant that came here? Like, where did that
Pretty
originate?
sure Sizzler was American.
'Cause it doesn't exist over here anymore. Like, I think they went out of business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did. When I was like a kid.
Texas Roadhouse? Do you guys have a Texas Roadhouse?
No, not really.
Roadhouse.
Wait, is Hog's Breath American or is that?
I don't feel so bad that that's where my brain went before you said it.
Roadhouse. I like the Texas Roadhouse because they don't give a fuck about sanitation.
Nope.
You go in there and you eat the peanuts and then you just throw
Throw
the
it on the
shells on the floor. You just throw your trash on the floor there and then a guy dressed as a cowboy comes and sweeps it up. Pretty great.
I've
Get
been to
beer.
Texas Roadhouse once, and I'm fairly sure I got food poisoning.
Oh, what'd you order?
I don't remember. I was very young, and I'm pretty sure I don't remember it for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to Texas Roadhouse, you're getting steak. If you're getting anything other than steak, it's not going to be prepared properly because they do steak there.
I think I got like a steak skewer or something like that. I was a kid. Food on stick is cool.
Yeah, food on sticks is cool. A skewer. He got a skewer.
Have you ever eaten at the Melting Pot?
The melting pot?
Yeah.
Isn't that fondue place?
Yeah. Where you
Nah.
get the food on the stick and you cook it.
Nah,
You dip
look,
it in your
listen,
cheese
listen,
and your
listen to
chocolate.
me. As a heterosexual alpha male, I don't do
God.
fondue. Shit's gay.
Well, I want to take
As a
the
gay
kids
man,
to
I
the
say
Melting
fondue's
Pot,
fucking
so
delicious, and you're
figure it
silly.
out.
I rest my case. Shit's gay. I don't do. I don't
It
do
is
that.
gay,
I
but
don't
it's
do.
also delicious.
I don't do the feminine fondue. Okay, the alpha male, the top G.
Oh god.
Get me a Bugatti.
And I'm just sitting here having this conversation while playing Power Wash Simulator.
You can't maintain your masculinity while going down on a woman. That's gay. Eating pussy's gay. I can't even make
Guys,
the motion
it's gay
right
to have
now.
a girlfriend.
Having a girlfriend's gay. It's fucking gay. There's nothing less masculine than women. You gonna put your dick in that? It's fucking queer. It's gay. Need to chill with the homies, okay? I'm giving you some of this alpha male advice. There ain't nothing manlier and nothing less gay than you and your bro putting on glow-in-the-dark condoms and playing Star Wars.
Making the noises.
See who's got the bigger lightsaber. Let's go.
Making the noises.
Is it bad that I've actually done that once?
Oh, God.
Only once?
Yeah, I didn't stay friends with that person for very long. They kind of turned out to be an asshole.
I did the sound effects and the theme song the whole time, so I was like, whoa, whoa. Dun, 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 dun.
And let me guess, it got weird really quickly.
I mean, unfortunately, yeah, because
It's only weird if you make it weird.
he made it weird because he thought he was gay, but it turned out to not be gay.
Don't make it gay.
So-
Don't make it weird. You're just two guys slapping your dongs together, playing Star Wars, okay? Ain't nothing gay about that. It's only gay if you make it gay.
It's hard to not make it gay when you enjoy dick.
I mean, obviously it's gonna be hard because no one wants a limp lightsaber, but
No, lightsaber whips were a thing in the books.
It doesn't go vroom when
those
it's-
books
I
aren't
just
canon.
learned that.
Those books aren't canon.
Oh, and the fucking new movies are.
Sadly, yes. This is the reality we live in.
Until they're not.
They are.
Look, they're just canon until some dweeb decides they're not. I don't
Enjoy
give a shit.
Jedi Mary Sue. Okay?
Remember, the books were canon until they weren't.
They're only canon until Disney chooses to sell Star Wars to the next set of white slavers, and then they'll make up a new canon. Just like George Lucas did. That was said in an interview. He called Disney white slavers.
Why do you have butts?
What do you mean, why do I have butts?
You have butts.
Those are drill arms.
Those look like butts.
What butt looks like that?
What drill arm looks like that?
Drills!
Yeah,
What
that's
butt
not what
looks like
is.
that?
Has
not
she
what
never played Deep Rock Galactic?
She has
Those
not.
are drills.
That's not what that is.
What butt have you ever seen that looks like
Get
that?
back in it.
Well, she should fix that. Deep Rock Galactic.
Oh! The health bar!
Yes. What are you talking?
That's,
Really?
that's
the
animal. Yeah.
It's animal what?
They're animal hearts. Because this is the same health bar that pops up when you ride a horse.
Come
It's
on.
using-
Animal horse don't look like that.
It's using the same mechanic you get when you ride a horse. It's the health bar for
Those are
the
butts.
mount.
Those are butts.
They're not butts.
They're butts.
No one's judging the horse's health based on the amount of butts it has.
Those are butts.
See what I gotta deal with?
Not unless you were looking at that horse for other reasons.
Sorry.
Hey, I'm not
Vosh.
Vosh.
Oh my fucking god.
Sorry, I couldn't. It's funny because it's true. It's funny.
It is. Oh. I love how, like, hating Vosh is just the thing that people could do.
It's just so easy to do. He makes it so easy.
Him and, honestly, like, one of my favorite people to clown on is Destiny. I think you were the.
Was
That's who we were talking about.
was I
earlier.
looking? Was I looking at the hentai for the little girls? No. Was I looking at that giant throbbing horse cock? Yeah. I'm a size queen. I'm sorry. That quote was verbatim, by the way.
It doesn't surprise me one bit.
And you're going, I know what you're thinking, Vosh. Well, why does it have to be a horse? Couldn't you just be a man with a big throbbing horse cock? Yeah, but then I wouldn't have that steed, that stallion body, that powerful body. I need to be the horse.
As if Vouch has that in the first fucking place.
Vouch has micro penis confirmed?
Oh.
It wouldn't surprise me, because that sounds like compensation, my dude.
Oh yeah, he's insecure as fuck. I need you to stop shooting that fire at me.
Are they all?
Why are there so many dragons in this tunnel?
Why are there dragons in your tunnel?
Because
Oh
you
God,
went
there's
in
another
the,
one. I didn't ask for that
You
big
found-
lizard in my hole.
you found the Dragon Yif Club.
Jesus. I don't want this dragon in my hole. Get this lizard out of my hole. Ah, it burns! It burns!
If your hole burns, you should probably see a doctor, Death.
The dragon did it!
You can't just
Then
cut
that
in my
dragon should
hole
probably see a doctor
and
too,
spit
because
fire.
it sounds like you caught something from a dragon.
It burns.
You have dragon AIDS now.
I've played Dragon Age. Oh, you said Dragon AIDS.
Yeah, dragon AIDS. It's burning. You got them dragon AIDS, man. It's like AIDS, but dragon.
Thou art cursed to feel the burn for 100 years.
This is the weirdest conversation I've ever had while playing fucking Power Wash Simulator.
I'm playing Minecraft. I can't think of a more
I've had weirder
inappropriate.
conversations playing Minecraft.
That's probably true. I don't want to believe it because I have children. These aren't the conversations I want my kids having when I let them play Minecraft.
Well, that's why it's not. This isn't kids playing Minecraft. This is adults playing Minecraft.
The last
Power
time I
Wash
streamed Minecraft, kids came in the chat, inviting me to. I don't know to take this as a compliment or not. They came in trying to invite me to their server. They were looking for streamers on their server, but the age limit for the streamers and people in their server was between 10 and 16. And I was like, how fucking old do you think I am?
16 or 15.
Do I look 16?
15 to 16.
Do
maybe?
I look illegal? I mean, I know I just shaved, but
At the least, I would say you're like
A
35.
little.
35?
As just
Do I
like a
look
first.
35?
Yeah.
No. We're going by what I look like, not by. You're letting the fact that you know me and my life experience affect your, like.
No, I'm not.
If you had
I am
never
going
seen me
purely
before.
based off of looks, Death. It's because you have a very responsible air about you for the most part. You wear the button-up shirt.
No.
You dress
We're going
nice.
just on looks. So that responsible air about me, you gotta divorce that from your brain.
You just
gotta
saw
go.
his channel,
if
know
you just
nothing
saw
about
me,
him.
if you didn't know anything about me, I just passed you on the street. And you looked at that guy, you'd go, that guy looks about, blah blah blah.
80?
Go fuck yourself,
Yeah, I'd
Ozzy.
still say about like early mid 30s.
Early to mid 30s. I look that old?
I mean,
I look old? I want to look old.
I might
Don't
also
patronize
just be
me,
coping-
woman.
you're the
I
one
might also
always
just be
going.
coping because I
Oh
turned 30
yeah,
this year
rob
and I'm
the
not happy
grave,
about
blah
it.
blah blah.
Jeff, you're so old, Joe Biden refers to you as grandpa.
Go fuck yourself, Ozzy. I don't care what Joe Biden refers to me as. He'll forget it 10 seconds later.
You're not wrong.
Cause he's senile. You get cause he's old.
We got
So-
it.
We
senile.
have a senile man running our country. I'm glad he's just a figurehead, because democracy's alive.
Oh, you're glad he's a figurehead? We got that senile. So you don't want the senile old man running your country, but you'd rather have a whammons? You can tell me the vice president is running the country?
I don't give a fuck who's running the country as long as they conform.
Look,
with
we all
Coherent
know
thought.
we all know the truth. Okay, you guys have read the title of the stream. We're in alpha male mode. Okay? And all my Giga Chads know the truth. Women should be allowed to vote. But their vote should only count half as much as mine. They have less responsibilities. Okay? If you want the full responsibility of voting, you got to sign up for the draft like I do when I turn 18. Okay, every man in this country had to become eligible for the draft, but you get to just skate on by, safe in your kitchen, while we go defend your freedoms. And you want the same voting privilege as me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll stop taking care of your little nappy-headed children, okay?
If my children's hair is nappy, that says more about you than me. And that is exactly why you should only have half a vote.
Actually, no, I've tried to show you how to take care of your children's hair, and you won't do it because sticky.
I'm gonna leave the ethnic shit to you. While I'm all,
The
you
ethnic
can
shit.
handle all that ethnic nonsense while I'm out defending your ethnic freedoms. And enjoy your half a vote while I do it.
I'm sorry. What war are we in right now? What world war?
The one Russia's trying to start, or China. Okay, World War III's a coming, and we got to be prepared.
Yeah.
Are you willing to fight for our freedoms?
I can't.
I
health
can't
reasons.
because my knees are fucked. I would not make it through boot.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna argue that they need to change the requirements for the military. There's a place for both of you motherfuckers with your health problems. You don't got to be out there on the front line, but hey, somebody's got to work the mess hall. Okay? Somebody's got to feed these soldiers.
If
That's
I
what
was
they
ever
let the black
Somebody-
people
anything, I'd
do.
be a fucking
like,
desk.
Somebody's got to work the medical tent and draw their blood, do all those nursey things. The real men will go out and fight. You guys can stay and cook our meals, okay, and tend to our wounded. You're a vital part of this operation, and then, and only then, will you get full voting privileges. And you know what? It'll feel better to vote then with your full privileges, because you'll have earned it, just like I did.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn myself in preemptively because I'm gonna be cutting off some dicks. All right, how about that?
Starship Troopers, are
While
you?
I'm operating.
For democracy!
When did this turn into Helldivers?
For democracy! Hey, Helldivers got it right, man. What do you want me to say?
I really want that game. I love how it's pretty much just
You don't
fucking
have it yet?
Starship Troopers. No, I don't.
Oh, you
my
should. It's really
broadcast
good.
can't afford games.
You should steal it. It's really good. I don't know what to tell you.
It doesn't really work very well
Did you
as well
just
with online
suggest that
games.
someone commit crimes?
It's a victimless crime. Digital.
As much as I
piracy.
personally agree, I don't think it'd work because that's an online shooter, and those usually aren't able to be pirated very easily.
Oh, they are. You got to jump through a few hoops, but they are. Usually you end up on private servers, though. So you got to play
I
with
usually do
just
not
for
have the
friends.
patience for private servers, if I'm being
But-
honest.
Helldivers. You only need 4 people because you never run into anybody other than your squad mates. So if you can get 4 people to pirate it with you, start a private server, you'll get the same experience.
Yeah, the issue is I have a lot of friends that have it, and I do really want it, but it's just money.
You could sell your feet pics.
Dude, I got fucked up toenails from having like several of them ripped off. Ain't nobody
Hey.
want these feet.
No
Ain't
matter how
nobody want
fucked
these
up,
dogs.
no matter how fucked up you think your feet, your toenails, or your dogs are, I promise you,
There's a niche for that.
somebody's into it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody wants to see your talons. Okay. Somebody's into
Yeah,
weird
that was
feet.
probably the most cursed thing you've ever said to me.
Somebody's into weird feet. Specifically, your
And-
weird feet.
Yep.
And
There's a
as much
market
as
for
I
it out
know
there
that's
somewhere.
true, I don't want to think about that.
It is definitely true. It is. And it's definitely factual. Mm. How much iron did that give me? Not enough. We get back in the mech, do some more. I don't know why I'm not getting any sound here.
Just like the guy who works for the video game company around here.
I need to restart this computer. I just don't want to right now because I'm not
Hmm.
getting any sound from Minecraft now. Fuck it, I don't care.
Oh boy. This is just the evening of tech issues.
Yeah, I went to fire up Minecraft after Googling all that stuff, and it just like all three of my monitors went black. Like my graphics card did a reset. Like it killed everything.
Oh boy.
I should probably restart the computer at that point, but I don't want to fuck up the stream, so I'm just kind of dealing with it. Talking from experience, sir. I have experienced tech issues before, and I'm dealing with them. Yeah, I am speaking from experience. Ryu, you missed the bulk of this conversation, sir. You're late to the party. Okay, we had some good relationship advice in the beginning. I told you.
Well,
I explained to men how to be the manliest man and how not gay that is.
That they could ever manly be.
was he asking about, do you have experience with tech issues or knowledge of the feet pick stuff?
Tech issues. He was definitely asking about the tech issues and not the feet pics. Why would I have experience with feet pics? That doesn't make any sense, Ozzy.
I don't know. Why would you have?
Don't know. Exactly. See, it doesn't make sense. So that can't be what he was referring to because that would not make sense.
Getting awfully defensive there.
I'm not getting defensive. You're defensive.
Yeah, he was referring to
Says the
feet
man who
pics.
got triggered over prawns.
I did not get triggered.
Yes,
I did not get
straight up
triggered.
Sidetracked everything
we-
to look up the difference between prawns and shrimp.
Yes, because this has been an ongoing yet friendly debate we've had for months now, and in the name of friendship, I needed to end it. That's the opposite of triggered.
I don't
No,
think
that
anyone
means you
ever
were
uses those
triggered.
words
I'd
in
say
that
it
form.
means-
the conversation.
I'd say it means I'm pretty progressive, sir.
No one ever says that.
No one ever says what?
In the
And now
name
he's
of
being
friendship,
triggered
I
about
had to
being
end
triggered.
it. Like that just
Yeah.
No.
sounds
In the name of
horrible.
friendship, I had to end the argument
I
so
mean,
it
I
didn't
get what
destroy
you
the
were
friendship.
saying,
Obviously,
but-
I didn't mean end the friendship in the name of friendship. That wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yes,
it
this
didn't make any
friendship
sense
is
the way you
so
said it either.
worth to me. I'm going to fucking end it right now. Fuck a support network.
I have to kill you because I can't bear the thought of you with someone else, but I can't be with you anymore. So
If I can't have you,
no
nobody
one
can.
will. Yeah.
Oh, so we are talking about things I like now, huh?
Yes, true crime. I'm sorry. Yes, we're talking about crazy white women. There's things you like. I forgot you're very into crazy white women.
Yep.
All right.
Who, me?
No, my wife.
Oh.
What is with the dragons in my hole?
Stop letting them come in your hole.
Get out of my hole! Damn it! Damn it! It burns again.
Damn, that is a big ass dragon.
Well,
Yeah. can
well,
see
maybe
shit
they
with
think you're the queen of the dragons? Some sort of drag queen?
me. Okay. Well, the only queen in here is you, Ozzy.
I was actually gonna be
And
a
that-
drag queen before my knees went to shit.
Is that like a requirement? Do you have to have good knees to be a drag queen?
No, but it messed with the character I had in mind.
Probably can't hurt.
There are plenty of drag queens who use a cane. I'm just the character that I wanted to do would not have worked with a cane.
You could make it part of your character to have a cane, to be
I
a drag
can,
queen
but
with a
just-
cane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
it
know
can
I
be
can.
like
It's
a
just a
interesting
matter of the one I
backstory.
originally was.
You
working
could
with.
you could be a pimp named Doubtfire. Do the whole Robin Williams get
Yeah,
up thing.
yeah, I got it.
Oh dearie. Do the voice and everything.
Drag Queen Mrs.
Is that what a
Doubtfire.
pimp named Doubtfire would say? Oh, dearie.
But like the pimp version of her. You know, like what if Mrs. Doubtfire went down a dark path? I'm a pimp named Doubtfire. You say the whole thing every time.
Pimp name.
You call him Mr. Fazbear.
Yeah, see, this could work. Why is iron so scarce in this world? I'm drowning in fucking copper.
Are you at the right elevation for it?
Yeah, I mean, I just found a couple veins. Like, there's one. Like, I found a vein and it'll have 1 or 2 blocks in it. Like, I'm looking at one right now. This is so scarce for some
Okay,
reason.
you're at Y50. One
Yeah.
moment. I actually have a chart that tells me
Oh, that was
where
just
all the
one
best
block
layers
of-
to mine ore is.
What's the best one for iron? Because I just get like 1 or 2 blocks at a time right here.
I am looking it up right now. One moment.
3
The
leg
best
Peggy.
layer for iron is 16.
If
You are pretty much copper's
Yeah.
best level is 48. You are nowhere near iron level.
3 leg Peggy. First of all, if he's a drag queen worth of salt, sorry, her salt, it'd be 4 leg Peggy.
It would be.
I'm going to bed, sweetie. Night, night.
I'm just saying that now. It would be. Interpret that how you will.
Oh God. Alright.
Insert like the Austin Powers mini-me kickstand scene.
Well, I mean, that's why guys like me, real men like me, wake up with a heart on at night. Or wake up with a heart on in the morning. Because I don't want to roll out of bed.
Okay.
So it's a kickstand. You know, I roll over, it catches me. Okay? That hard on's a kickstand. Alright, you said 16? Damn, I gotta keep digging.
Yeah, Y level 16.
Alright. Back to it. I thought it was higher up than that. 16
Oh
seems
no,
kind of deep.
the new
Yeah.
origin or the new like ever since they added the deep dark or whatever update they added. The
I hadn't played much since
new-
that, so maybe that's it. I thought iron was
Yeah.
higher up.
It usually was, but now this shit goes all to like down to like Y minus some stupid shit. I don't know. Bedrock is not 0 anymore.
Alright. Well, get my mech out and keep digging.
I will actually send you that chart I have in the Discord. Un momento.
Yeah, I mean, the mech is a godsend. This mod makes it so easy to mine stuff. Plus, you know, I get a mech.
Mhm. Okay, let's see here.
Alright, I'm at 35. Keep going down. Okay, well, there's some. Getting there.
Okay. Picture. I put it in the general chat of your Discord for you there, Death.
We have a Minecraft section.
Do you? I didn't see it. I'm silly.
I may have deleted it, actually. I can't remember. I've reorganized my... I'll reorganize my Discord. I think I got rid of all the game-specific ones, so it might not be your fault.
But yeah, there is all the info you need to know about where to mine in the new versions.
What would my drag name be? I don't know.
The character I had in mind was heavily themed around like card suits and gambling and like the general Harlequin aesthetic, so I was gonna go by Royale Flush.
It's not bad. What would mine be?
Well, he's Jeff, so the Grim Creeper.
Got it. And drag Tate. Scar and everything.
Oh, if you tanned and shaved your head, you could actually pull off an Andrew Tate.
And drag Tate. I'd be the top B. Number one bitch.
I just want to say that Andrew Tate is probably the saddest individual I've ever had the displeasure of seeing online.
Yeah, but he made billions being that sad.
Yeah, now he's in prison because of it.
Is he in jail? Well, he's in jail, not prison. I don't think he's been convicted of anything yet.
I'd be surprised if he wasn't with all the evidence there is. That is a fucked up situation. I dove down that rabbit hole, a couple months ago, because I was bored.
I mean, yeah, he's probably going to go to prison. I'm just, for the sake of clarification, he's not in prison yet. He's just in jail.
If he's free, he's on house arrest, though.
I thought he was on house arrest, and then there was that whole shit
Yeah,
with Aiden Ross, where he basically told Aiden he was about to leave the country, so they considered him a flight risk and arrested him and put him back in jail. Yeah, so they got him in holding, but he still hasn't had his day in court yet. Because the only reason he was on house arrest was because they were trying to be charitable to him and be like, well, we think you're a flight risk, but you know, they tried to meet in the middle and go, well, we'll do house arrest, we'll do this. Until your court date, you're not allowed. Basically, I don't even think it was house arrest. I think they just told him, like, until your court date, you're not allowed to leave the city you're in. Like, he has to stay within the city limits. I think he was still allowed to leave his house, like, do his grocery shopping and stuff.
Yeah.
But he, sent Aiden Ross a bunch of texts.
Honest, Andrew Tate has enough money, he wouldn't let himself be put on an ankle bracelet. No fucking way.
Yeah, so I think he was just like, which is pretty standard. Like, they do that here in the States too, where they're like, like, well, you can make bail, you can make bond, and we won't put you in jail, but you're not allowed to leave the state, you're not allowed to leave the city, you're not allowed to leave the county or whatever until your court date. So you're free, but you're not free to move about the country. You're free with stipulations, and I think him sending Aiden Ross that text, whether or not he was joking, which I think is going to be the story he goes with the I was just joking. I was just, telling him that so he'll come do my podcast, blah, blah, blah. What he's going to try to bullshit his way out of it. But basically he told Aiden Ross, hey, if you want to do a podcast with me and make some content, you better hurry up because this will be the last week I'm in Romania and we won't be able to do it for a while. Yeah, so he was basically hinting at the fact that he was about to leave the country.
I don't know who's dumber, him for saying that to Aiden Ross or Aiden Ross for sharing that.
Oh, Aiden Ross for sharing it.
Because
like,
Aiden Ross is like the prime example of I don't want to use the R word slur, but that's how I feel about him. He's a fucking moron and I hate him.
You use the R word.
But he did.
What the fuck?
That's my soundboard.
But yeah, Aiden Ross is, to use
Oh, I mean, he's a professional idiot.
somewhat charitable terms, he is an uneducated dumbass that needs to shut his fucking mouth.
Yeah, he's a professional idiot.
Also known as a Republican.
He's Dwight Schrute in real life.
Yo, I hate how accurate that is, and it makes me want to headbutt a belt sander.
It's Dwight Schrute. Like, if they were going to do a spin-off show of The Office, they'd call it Young Dwight, and he'd be the star.
Oh, God.
Because for some reason, young Sheldon's still going.
It's because Sheldon was actually a likable character, and I kind of didn't like Dwight.
I will agree to disagree. Hated Sheldon.
Sheldon was likable.
I thought so.
Likable to what?
Like, okay, let me
I didn't
rephrase
like-
that. He's
I didn't like the
relatable because I also suffer from
I didn't like-
that kind of social issues.
I didn't like the show in general. Yeah, but he's like the worst representation of that. Like, he makes a farce of your issue.
Not really, because it's actually pretty accurate in my experience.
That entire show was just an insult to nerds in general and nerd culture. Because it would be like making it, because all they do is play on stereotypes. Like, the Big Bang is the equivalent of making a show about black people, and they're only allowed to eat chicken and watermelon for the entirety of the show. Like, if you just played on every stereotype, because that's all they did was play on stereotypes. They were all each one was a different nerd stereotype cranked up to 11.
The thing is,
It's
though,
so
that's
insulting.
actually my IRL friend group.
I'm not saying those
Like,
people
it's
don't
so
exist. I'm not saying those people don't exist, but most nerds aren't that. Like, how come there were no just like normal nerds in the show? Why weren't there just like normal gamer guys like me who are super nerdy and like super nerdy shit, but can do it without being a complete and utter stereotype?
Well, I mean, who was Sheldon's roommate? What's his name again?
I can't
Leonard?
remember their names on the show. Yeah, and they had like even their fucking names are nerdy. Leonard, Sheldon, like they just yeah.
Depending on
it's
who you
always-
ask, Leonard is actually a demon lord.
It's all so
Not
extreme.
in the show.
It's all so extreme. Like, it's all taken
It
to an
is.
extreme in the name of comedy. And I'm like, this is insulting. Like, this is what people thought I was in high school because this is what people thought nerds were. Like, if you were into comic books and nerdy shit back when I was in high school, people looked at you like you were that thing. I was never that thing. I never wore glasses. I never had suspenders. I didn't use a pocket protector. Like, all of these, like fucking, it's like an entire show. Like, they're like Urkel in the 90s. Urkel was making fun of nerd culture. This is an entire show of Urkels. Like, I hated that show with a passion.
Because
I like the
you could be so passionate about.
I
Big
like
Bang.
the concept of the show. I like the concept. It's just done so fucking poorly. Like,
It's
that could have been
mainstream
something
TV.
great. Yeah, but it could have been great. It could have, just because it's mainstream TV doesn't mean it can't be great. The Office was mainstream television, and there was a lot of like over-the-top shit in it, but there was also a lot of relatable stuff that was true to everyday office life. It's not like, I mean, in the later seasons, sure, they cranked it up to 11 because at that time they'd already done all the normal shit, but it's not like they were trying to like make you feel bad for working in an office. That show made me feel bad for liking nerd shit. Like it made me actively not want to be like them.
Well, that's just something we're gonna have to agree to disagree on.
I mean, I guess so, because that's just, I hated everything about that show. And I hated that after it launched and it became so popular for some reason. This was back when nerd culture was first becoming mainstream. If I started talking about nerd stuff or having a nerdy conversation, everybody started treating me like I was a cast member on fucking Big Bang Theory. And they'd compare us to the Big Bang. And I'm like, no, we're just normal guys who happen to like comic books. Can we just talk about comic books for a minute and not be fucking Sheldon level fucking nerdy? Like, Jesus
Revenge
fucking
of the
Christ.
Nerds was a damn good movie.
Yeah, but that was supposed to be satire and that was supposed to be like extreme. And it was a movie, not an ongoing thing forever. People understood what it was at the time. Plus, it was a time where nerds were kind of made fun of and seen as that.
And one thing that turned me off it. Also,
And even Revenge of the Nerds managed to give them like normal people moments.
Yeah.
Like, even it understood you can't take this but so far. Like, you can't just be the stereotype. You have to have them be normal people too for the movie to work.
I do agree with you on the fact that they did not handle the characterization well.
Yeah, they're all one-note characters. They're all just stereotypes. Like, if you know what
Yeah.
stereotype each one is supposed to represent, you can predict their every action and response.
I don't know. I guess I just enjoyed it a bit more because it was pretty accurate to my life. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably why. I mean, if you can relate to it, you can relate to it. I personally couldn't. I knew maybe 2 guys in my high school who were that level of nerdy, and I mean, I was a pretty nerdy guy, but I didn't like. I could still like you can be nerdy and still like not just be a complete total stereotype. Yeah, like you can still function like a normal person and just happen to be intelligent and into nerdy things. I was that guy. I was a pretty normal person, but I was intelligent and into nerdy things. I was on the fucking chess team, for Christ's sake. Debate club. Like, I did all of the nerdy things, but I knew that if I dressed and looked a certain way that it would play into a stereotype. Like, I'm not into suspenders. I don't use pocket protectors. I'm not into, like, there's certain behaviors that even I knew as a guy who's into all the super nerdy stuff, did D&D on the weekends, Magic the Gathering, all the super nerdy stuff that I knew if I respond this way, even I'm gonna cringe. Like, I can't, like, there's, like, you can be into that stuff without falling into that trap. And then that show just focused on the trap. Cause the show wasn't made for actual nerds. The show wasn't made for me. That's not what it was. It was made for normal people who have an idea of what they think a nerd is, and then you're going to make fun of that idea for their entertainment. And that's what it felt like. Dance Monkey. Yeah, just you know, we're here to entertain the normies with how weird we nerds are. Ugh. Just roll my eyes the whole time I'm watching the show. I mean, I'm glad you can relate to it.
What
but
streaming
Jesus.
is?
What do you mean?
Entertaining people with how weird you are.
It can be that, but every streamer isn't that.
I know. I was fucking with you.
That's the thing with the show. Every character on the show was that. I'd be fine with 1 or 2 being that, and then you have a couple of normal people, and like just have a normal friend group that has the super nerdy guys. Maybe the super nerdy guy, maybe Sheldon, in that if he had a friend group of normal people and not just all super nerds, but Sheldon's in a normal group of people. Maybe Sheldon's in that friend group and he's the guy that runs the D&D club. He's the dungeon master. Okay?
I would not want to play with Sheldon as a DM.
Yeah, like you could find ways to write them into the plot where them being super nerdy made sense to their character, and normal people accepted it as like that's what makes them cool, and the other normal people were into nerdy stuff too. Like there are different levels to this stuff, but not on that show. There was only one level, and the way that they reacted to women was just cringe as fuck.
Not wrong there.
Don't worry, Death. One day you'll end up like Asmongold. What? Waking up and rubbing my bloody tooth hand on the wall? Oh, that man's disgusting. Not one
I
of.
can't believe I used to actually enjoy his.
Yeah, like
content.
Asmongold is one of those. He's the stereotype that show would enjoy. He is the worst possible version of the nerd stereotype in real life. Asmongold is that guy. Like, have you seen the pictures of like his gaming space and his bedroom where it's just, it's the stereotype. There's just can after can of Monster and Mountain Dew lined up, 3-week-old fucking Chinese take out, like it's this disgusting nest he's built around himself, and then he wakes up in the morning and he's got a blood wall next to his bed where his teeth bleed at night, and he rubs his hand on there and then just like rubs the blood on the wall, and he never cleans it up. You know,
I thought that was a meme.
That's not a meme. That's a real fucking thing. You can see him showing himself doing it. Like he openly admits to it. That's a real thing.
I get
make
that
this shit up.
dentistry is fucking expensive as hell, but good God, clean your wall. It's unsanitary. You're gonna get sick.
He's the basement dwelling nerd that made enough money to afford his own house, and treated his house like one giant basement. Like that's what
he's
happened.
He's your token WoW chud. That's all there is
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, he's the stereotype. He's the reason the WoW chud stereotype exists. Absolutely.
Specifically, I think the violent WoW chud is very much as
Well, he's trying to be more PC now because he doesn't want to get canceled.
He isn't doing very well.
Like when you see him react to things and defend stuff that has no business defending. Like you can tell when he's defending something even he doesn't believe. He's just doing it because this is the speech I'm supposed to give. This is the reaction I'm supposed to have. Yeah. It feels very much forced when he's doing it, and you can tell.
Do not even get me started on the times he tried to play Final Fantasy XIV. It was
Like, wasn't he one of the ones defending? Oh my God, yeah. Like he recently defended. So Hassan had that fucking viral clip where he said streaming was harder than a normal job. The guy who makes millions and doesn't leave his room. Yeah, and he had that clip where streaming is harder than a normal 9-to-5 job, and that's why he has to do the things. And Asmongold is like, he's not wrong. He's not. I'm like, you're only saying that because it's Hassan that said it.
That because he wants some of Hassan Piker's clout.
Right, because it's Hassan that said it. If any other streamer had said it, then you would be like, no, our job's not that hard. We're very lucky to have a way. You would give the honest take. But if Hassan says it or Moist Critical says it, then you'd have a different take. Yeah, that's the shit I'm talking about that feels forced. Like, fall in line, dummy. Like, I get it. You're a streamer too, but you don't have to defend the big ones just because they're the big ones. Really hate that mentality.
Can't stand Hassan.
I'm surprised anyone can, but he's popular for reasons.
There are very few people I say are just pure unlikable. Hassan Piker's one of them.
Because everything he does is fake. Everything he does is fake.
And all he does is just fucking scream about feminists.
He screams about whatever topic is going to get him the most views. He has no beliefs. He has nothing he does is real. He has no beliefs. He has no actual political stances. He's a mouthpiece that just wants.
Sponge.
Yep. He's a clout chasing mouthpiece for whatever the topic of the day is. Because you can go back and watch his old clips. He'll do. He has really old clips where he's talking about how trans people aren't real. This isn't a thing. Blah blah blah. You guys are crazy. Now it's the opposite. Like, every single take he has, if you go back a year or two, you can find clips of him saying the opposite. That's his that's his bread and butter. That's his whole thing. He doesn't have any actual beliefs or stances on anything.
I cannot stand that kind of shit, personally.
Yep, the fake it till you make it.
That's the thing that I actually hate. Just like with, you see these these YouTubers making reviews, and it's like, the Marvel's movie or the new Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who. It's like, this was going to be bad and I knew it now. Here's my review on it. If you knew it was going to be bad, why did you even watch it to begin with? Why are you even making? Because they're
making a political statement. It's not a review. It's a political statement.
But it's like,
they're disguising it as a review. And yeah, I'm on the same page as you. That's annoying as hell because they're just trying to push a narrative. Anybody just trying to push a narrative. That's why I couldn't be a political streamer or whatnot, because anytime you jump into the world of politics, especially nowadays, there is no being in the middle. You'll end up in a position where they're gonna, even if you don't pick a side, people are going to put you on one side. Like, you can't just be in the middle.
There's a reason I just don't fucking care about politics.
Yeah, I don't either. And
I keep up to date to what's going on in the world so I know if I have to build a fucking bomb shelter or not.
Yeah, I keep up with it so I know, like, when and if you're going to pass a law that affects me, then I need to know about it so I can vote against it. That's it. That's the extent of my participation when it matters. It matters when I need to, like, stop you from doing something crazy with a vote. Other than that, I say the fuck out of it. Like me talking about it all day, like the fucking streamers and shit. I don't see where that helps or where that helps anyone but their paycheck, but their pocketbook. I don't see how that actually like helps on a societal level. I don't think it does. Because it seems like you
Not
guys talk
really.
about these problems endlessly on stream every single day, and the problems still happen. Even though you might have the right answer to the problem, no one's listening to your answers, no one's implementing them, nothing you said mattered. Rinse and repeat every day until you become rich. And I couldn't, even if I got rich doing it, like I just couldn't do it forever because I'd eventually just exhaust myself.
Yeah,
It would
like,
all
I
start to
could-
feel
yeah.
pointless.
Yeah, what's the point in making money off of something if you're not going to like enjoy it or put some of yourself into it? What's the point of creation if you're not gonna?
I mean,
create
do what you
something.
got to do to make your money. But I would make my money and reach the point where, okay, I've made my money, I'm rich now, I want to do something else. And then I'd stop
Yeah.
doing the politics. And if I lost my audience, I lost my audience. Like Hassan's even at that point where he's ready to quit doing politics. You can tell he doesn't want to do it anymore because he had that whole stream where he had a meltdown because he spent a couple days, I think he spent a week, he went on vacation and he spent a whole week doing IRL streaming. Nothing to do with politics. And people started stream sniping him in real life. They were approaching him, bringing up political topics. One chick, there's that viral clip of the girl who approached him when he's out and about, yelling at him for drinking Coke because he's supposed to be boycotting Coke because something to do with Israel or some shit. I don't know. I'm not keeping up with that. And he's like, what's wrong with me drinking Coke? Like, he didn't even know about it. She's like, there's a boycott because they're funding Hamas or they're funding his. And he's like, oh, I didn't know. Yeah, like, he's just like, leave me alone. I'm off work right now. I'm not doing politics. Like, can we not talk about that constantly? And then he sees his viewership numbers plummet after that moment. And as soon as he gets back from vacation, he there's that like viral video that shows him having a meltdown. He melts down in his Discord, and those Discord messages leaked, and people post them all over the internet about him freaking out on his Discord, going, "This is why we can't blah blah. I hate what my community's become. Why do we have to be all politics all the fucking time?" And then he gets on stream and he's like, "I mean, I'd like to do other stuff, but this is what you guys want. This is what I gotta do." Yeah, like he's embodied the definition of audience capture. His audience has him captured into this one thing. And if he does anything other than that one thing, he's going to lose that audience. And instead of going, okay, time to build a new audience. I'm going to lose some people in this process. And I'm fine with that. But I don't want to do this anymore. I've got all the money I'll ever need. I'm rich. The problem is he made the rich person mistake. Where he's made millions. He's worth a lot of money. But he's using that money to pay for a really expensive lifestyle, which means now you need to continue making insane amounts of money to sustain your lifestyle. So if you
I
stop,
ever for some reason started making any amount of money, I would probably still only have like a fucking 1-bedroom house.
yeah, you should. Yeah, I'm not saying don't get the best version of the normal thing you want. Just don't get the insane version. I would probably have a really nice house. If I got millions of dollars, I would have a really nice house. I would buy a really nice house outright. It wouldn't be a fucking millions of dollar mansion like Hassan, a $3 million mansion. It would probably cost, $700,000-800,000. It'd be a good 4 or 5 bedroom, 2-story home. I'd have enough for me, the kids, streaming space, and I'd have a game room. I'd have all the stuff I want in that home to live comfortably, and it would be fully paid for. And then I'd be done. The rest of the money would go in the bank. You buy the stuff you want, and then you put the rest in the bank. I'm not saying don't treat yourself because you're rich or because you're rich, you earn that money. Sure, treat yourself a little bit. Buy the nice house. Buy the nice car you want. Not the dream car. You're not getting a McLaren. You're getting the nice car you want. Maybe it's a normal sports car. Maybe it's a big truck. Maybe it's a whatever. You just buy the normal thing.
Fancier Dodge instead of the fucking Maserati.
You don't need to get a McLaren. You don't need to. If you want a really nice truck, you can get a really nice Dodge or a really nice Ford truck. You don't need to get the Cybertruck. Okay, like you don't need to get the insanely priced shit. Just get the really nice version of the normal thing you used to dream about before you were famous or before you were rich.
Are Cybertrucks actually on the road now?
No, not yet. They are taking pre-order money for them though now.
Oh my god.
But yeah, just think back to the stuff you used to wish you had before you had money. And then get the really nice version of that thing and forget about the rest of your money. Put it in a bank and then invest it, turn it into more money, or just leave it in the bank. If you make Hassan levels of money, then it doesn't matter. You can put the rest of the bank, and what you've done, think of putting that money in the bank as investing in your freedom. Because once you've got that level of money in the bank, you've got millions in the bank, and the maximum amount of money you need to sustain your lifestyle is only a couple $1,000 a month. Maybe. Remember, the house is fully paid for. The car is fully paid for. The only thing you're paying are just bills. So if you can sustain your now above average lifestyle that you used to dream about and now you can afford, if you can sustain that for just a couple $100,000, $2,000 a month, and you've got millions in the bank, well, now you've purchased your freedom, because now you can get on your stream, you can do whatever you want, and it doesn't matter if you lose all of your audience, it doesn't matter if you get banned, it doesn't matter what happens to you, just enjoy the ride. And if it all ends, go do something else. You never need to work again. The money in the bank, you can literally put all your bills on OnlyPay. You put all of those bills on AutoPay and leave the money in the bank and open a separate bank account for spending, and then have your bill bank account where all your bills are on AutoPay. And you could just literally never worry about bills for the rest of your life.
The interest goes into that second.
Yeah. Goes into the second account, and then the first account pays for your bills, and you never have to look at a bill for the rest of your life. You never have to worry about a roof over your head. You never have to worry about a vehicle. Like, you never have to worry about any of that stuff. All your bills are paid every month from that big account you got, while you just get to go out and enjoy life and do whatever you want.
What would you do if you were able to be in a situation like that, Death?
Exactly that. That is exactly what I would do.
I would personally do all of that, but I would also personally want to make like a bug off van where I could just go and drive somewhere for.
I mean, I would plan to do cool stuff, and if, like I said, if I got banned, or if I lost my audience streaming and streaming wasn't working and I wasn't making that money anymore, you'll never fully lose your audience too. There's always going to be fans who are there for you, and they'll be there for no matter what you do because they want to follow your story. Those are the good fans. Those are the ones you want. Hasan doesn't have. Hasan's got those fans, but the majority of his fans aren't that, because he's been pigeonholed into one type of content for so long that people now see him as a mouthpiece and a puppet and not as a person. There's people who've been there from before that happened. There's ones who've been there from the beginning. They'll probably stick around. You just need to be content with the fact that only your diehards are going to stay. And then you can go do whatever you want. And yeah, I probably would plan to do some cool shit, but it wouldn't be like crazy expensive shit. Like, I'm not buying a private jet. I'm not flying to crazy countries. I might, at worst, with the money, depending on how much money I had, I might, at worst, buy a boat. And, I've always wanted to go boating, fish in different locations, and,
lake fishing's hella fun.
Yeah, take boats on different lakes and, take a boat to the beach, do some deep sea fishing, do some cool boat shit. Not a yacht, just regular boat.
It's a nice little on board.
Maybe get an RV or something and do a National Lampoon's Vacation road trip kind of thing. Just enjoy life for the most part. But do normal people style enjoy life, not the most extreme version, which is what Hasan does. And when you do the most extreme version and you get caught into that high-end lifestyle trap, well, now you've trapped yourself in a point where you can't stop working. You have to continue to make millions to pay for your millions worth of bills. And if your audience drops, like, you're putting that pressure on yourself. Or now if your audience falls off or that money stops coming in, well, you could end up losing everything, and now you own nothing, and you've got to go back and work a regular job and start living a regular life again. If I made millions, or just a singular million, I'd never work a regular lifestyle again. I'd buy a home, I'd buy a car. That home and car I buy will be proportional to the amount of wealth I got. So even if I only got $1 million, I wouldn't buy the $800,000 version of the home. Now I'm going to buy the $3,000 or $4,000 version, about $50,000 car. So I'd spend about half of it just making sure that my home and my transportation are fully paid for, and those are two bills I never have to worry about again. Now my monthly bills are just going to be electricity, internet, cell phone. It's only going to be a couple $100 a month, and I've got $500,000 left in the bank to pay for that. I can live off that for a long time. Now I can take $100,000 of it, maybe invest it, or I could start trying to find ways to turn that money into more money. But the way I'm going to make more money isn't going to be going back to a regular 9-to-5 job.
If I were to have that kind of money, I would personally want to get more into sculpture myself.
Yeah, and of course, enjoy a good hobby or two. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, like I'd probably have a good game room. I would open up an arcade because I miss arcades. Even though I know
Oh, hell yeah.
even though I know it probably wouldn't be profitable to do so,
Oh, hell no. Not these days.
I'd still want to do it anyway. I would have to like think of something to marry the concept of the arcade too, that's original and make it work. Like there's a couple of arcade bars in our town, so I wouldn't do like an arcade
Like
bar,
Dave
but
and
I think
Buster's type stuff.
yeah, but like actual arcades, not a Dave and Buster's, but like actual like they tried to recreate the '80s arcade, but they just put a bar in the back of it. They even have like consoles for modern day games. So there's PS5 stations, there's VR stations, there's all that stuff, and you buy tokens or passes to use that shit, and you get to drink while you're there. So yeah, those exist. Like I'd want to do something similar. Like I'd want to make a modern day version of the arcade. I wouldn't try to recreate the 80s. Like I'd have a little corner for classic games, but the majority of it would be I would hunt down the modern day versions of arcades. I'd probably have to get like the Japanese versions and find ways to make them English, because there are Japanese versions of modern day fighting games. There is a Japanese Tekken 8 cabinet. There's a like these Street Fighter 6, like
I'm
these
pretty sure
modern day
arcades are
games. Yeah, there's still a
I'm pretty
thing
sure
over
arcades
there.
are still a thing in Japan.
Yeah, they're a very big thing. So I'd have
Which I
like
fucking love.
So I would try to bring the Japanese arcade experience to America instead of reliving the 80s arcade experience. I'd say, no, this is what modern day arcades are like. And I would bring that Japanese arcade experience to America, and I'd put some kind of American spin on it. I don't know what I'd do. Maybe put a restaurant in it. I wouldn't want to just do a bar. Like I'd have to think of something else I could marry with it to make it better. It'd probably be, if I'm thinking about it, it'd probably be like an all-encompassing game utopia. So it would be the Japanese arcade experience combined with the Magic the Gathering, the Dream Magic the Gathering experience, the Dream Dungeons and Dragons experience. So there'd be like rooms for all this stuff. So if you're a nerd, you can come here and have Nerd's Paradise and a place to eat, maybe a place to drink while you're there. But it would be that.
I'd go there.
I would have themed rooms for all of it. So I'd have the Japanese arcade experience as one room, the board game, Warhammer, that kind of room, the trading card game, Magic the Gathering, that kind of room, the fantasy Dungeons and Dragons kind of room. Then I'd have, some stuff for even non-gaming stuff. I'd have like the comic book, anime, these rooms for all this stuff. And then a restaurant in the middle of it with a bar. So you're going there as so it's not just a bar, it's not just a restaurant. The idea is that it would be an experience.
Yeah.
Like a VR room, console room, yeah, like these rooms for these different kinds of experiences, and I'd host tournaments and stuff, and yeah, like I'd have all of that. I would make my dream version of an arcade and turn it into a business, but that's only if I had like crazy amounts of money, because I know that would cost a lot, and it would probably take a long time before it was profitable, because you'd spend so much money up front buying all that shit and getting it all put together that it would take you a while to earn enough money back that, okay, now we're actually making profit. So I'd have to have enough money to waste to keep it afloat until that day came, and then the money from that would sustain the rest of my, would be my livelihood, so I could do whatever I want on stream, or just having to have that would be my hobby and my passion, and streaming would just be for fun or whatever, But that's the dream anyway.
Yeah, my personal dream version of that is opening like a small like hobby / like card shop, like your typical Magic the Gathering board game type place.
Yeah, because mine would be
the money.
Mine would be, so the extreme version of that, if I had millions upon millions of dollars, would be the one room for everything. If I only had like $1 million, then I'd probably do like the version you're talking about, the smaller version where it's okay, let's just pick one of these things to focus on and maybe combine it.
Just start a game shop.
Yeah, and maybe combine it with a restaurant. Oh, I tell you what I'd do. I would start a game shop, but I would try to make it this this place that's like ready for all, you know, that solves the problems most clients have, and the reason why, because adults usually visit these places. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, what are the things, because I would think, okay, what are the things that normally ruin a game night? Because I would think back to when I was doing game nights and I was a little bit younger, before I got married and had kids. What ruined a game night for me? Well, what ruined a game night for me would be having that older couple or that older group, older people in the group who had to cancel coming in because they couldn't get childcare or, you know, that kind of thing. So I'd have this big game room that had a restaurant, so the people had a place to eat while they were there. So, you know, now if you want to, you know, bring a family to dinner, or you got dinner plans, now you can bring them here instead of a regular restaurant, and maybe, you know, maybe get your family to join you on your game night. It would be kind of a way to introduce people who aren't into the game night, maybe into the game night. Well, since it's right here. And I'd make the restaurant themed after the game night to kind of build the atmosphere. I'd also have a fucking daycare in it.
You want to know what I would fuse with
Pay-
the game shop to make it my own thing?
Pay by the hour for childcare, so now you don't have to miss your game night or your hobbies because you have children. That's what I do. Because that's what
I
ruined game
personally
night for me.
I personally make a fusion of like a hobby / game shop and a hookah bar.
Yeah, I probably, like, if I really wanted to be stereotypical about it, I'd have the daycare for the kids. So you drop your kids off, and you go play D&D, you go play Magic Gathering, you go do whatever, and you don't have to cancel your game night with your friends because you couldn't find childcare. You got childcare here. It'd be affordable. Maybe I'd even sell a package plan for it so that, you know, you get a discount on the childcare or a discount on the, you know, the game room if you're using the childcare.
A
You know, I try to.
membership program.
There you go. If I really wanted to be stereotypical about it, I would think about the guys who had normal, quote unquote, normie wives who weren't into all this nerd shit. Well, how do you convince them to let you go to your nerd thing if, you know, if they want to spend time with you or they want to go do something? I'd put something in there for them. Maybe a nail salon, maybe some, you know, normie girl stuff that you can get the wife to go do while you're there. But the more of that stuff I add, the more expensive it gets. So depending on how much money I have, like if I only had $1 million, I'd have to do the math to see, like, put a target in it. Or maybe location would be a factor then. So I'd try to put it in a place where they could easily just walk next door to whatever thing they wanted to do, and then that wouldn't be a bill for me. So maybe
that would
I'd
probably more be a location based thing.
Yeah, so then I'd put it, so it's got the childcare in it, it's got the restaurant in it, and it's got the game room. Like if I'm doing the slim down version of it, because I've only got $1 million and I'm spending half of that on myself for, you know, for housing and vehicle and,
Life
you know,
security
reasons. For
reasons.
life security. Then the other half I would split that in half again. So I'd say, okay, well, $250,000, $250,000 stays in the bank to pay bills. Because if my bills are only, you know, $1,000 a month, well, $250,000 dedicated as bill money, that'll last me a good long while. So I can still just live my life and enjoy my regular life. And I've got a little bit of extra money to risk on a business that maybe it becomes profitable and I can afford to do more shit. Or if that fails completely, then I can say, okay, I'm done experimenting. I'm just going to enjoy living my life off of this $250,000 I got in the bank and maybe try to make some money streaming or, you know, just being my own boss and doing stuff like that. But if I'm doing the slim down version of it that fits into that budget, you're basically saying I'd have $250,000 to spend on this. Then I couldn't do the big, you know, Japanese experience thing because that's going to easily explode that budget. So I'd probably have to
Those
do
machines
like,
are ungodly expensive.
yeah, so I'd have to do the game room that focused on more normie shit. So I'd have, you know, I would have the trading card game section of it. I'd have the tabletop section of it, you know, with miniatures and shit. And then I'd have the fantasy, you know, paper section of it for D&D. And maybe if I could afford it, well, I could easily afford it. I could put some consoles on TVs in the corner, and you just, pay to go into that room, and then you can play whatever you want. So maybe that would also
rent
help
out the
if you
room and then
that
play
would
Call
also
of Duty
help
with your homies.
that would also help if you had younger kids. So you'd have the daycare for small kids and toddlers, and then you'd have that room where you could pay, and it would be I'd have a special room with consoles for different age groups. So the consoles in this room won't allow the kids in it to play any game rated over E for everyone. This room won't allow kids to play anything beyond teen, and this room will play everything. So if you got 9 or 10-year-old kids, you could send them into the fucking Fortnite room, pay a couple hours. That's their daycare now. And there'd be people watching it, of course, so that kids don't fight with each other. And then, if you got teenagers, you got 13, 14-year-old kids, okay, we'll send them into Call of Duty room, let them play the T for Teen games or whatever. Yeah. So you'd have a place where they can hang out, so you don't have to leave them home alone, or if you're worried, like, I want to take away the excuses that adults have to not be able to do the things that they want to do.
Yeah.
While providing them a place where they can do all that stuff, and their kids are right there. So you can take your family out to a nice dinner. The restaurant's right there. Then you can send the kids into their game room. The wife can walk next door to the Target or whatever, based on location that's there. And you can go into your game room and enjoy your stuff. And it's all just like, bam, you've got a full family fucking night out experience, seemingly in one location. Then the challenge just becomes, after like doing that for under $250,000 and finding a way to keep it up and running and operational until it becomes profitable, or finding a way to make it profitable so I don't have to shut it down. That would be it. Yeah, that would be the way I'd have to do that.
Yeah.
That, or I would spend the $250,000 on a second house and rent that house out, so I'd have monthly income coming in to pay my
Become
bills.
the scum that you hate.
I'd be a good landlord.
Oh yeah,
But I'd have
making fun of
monthly.
landlords.
But I'd make sure that the rent on that one place I had exceeded the amount of bills I have on the place I own and live in. So then all the money I have left in the bank, that $500,000 I got left in the bank, or I guess, however much is left after buying that second cheap home, that would be whatever money. I can spend some of it. I can leave it in the bank. I can do whatever with it. Now I can also try to open that business too, because my second home is paying for my bills needed to support me in my first home. Both homes are paid for. So one of them is just income, paying for the bills on both places. I'd make sure the rent was high enough to pay for everything. And then the business is, I've got a little insurance for the business. So even if it's not profitable, it doesn't matter. I can still afford everything while I try to make it profitable, to buy myself time needed to make the business profitable.
Yeah, being able to bring your hobby project like that into being would be fucking awesome. I kind of just wish I had more expendable income so I could do more goofy shit with my art. Like, maybe I want to go and make a sculpture out of just random plates of sheet metal and make it look like a weird tree. Something like that. Just random cool shit.
Back when I was in high school, there was this guy on the edge of town. And anytime we went out of town, and because I live kind of out in the sticks, we'd have to drive an hour into the bigger city to do stuff on the weekends. And there was this guy between, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, between the little town we were in and the big town we drove to do everything. And there was this guy who, you drive past his house, and he had a sign up that this is what he did for a living. And he had statues upon statues lining his, like the yard next to his house.
Oh yeah, I've seen those kinds of
basically he would take trees and he would then turn the tree, he'd chop down a tree and he'd use this huge log and turn it into a statue, and then he'd treat it and finish it and paint it and blah blah blah. But he had them all just unpainted. They were just wooden statues. They were treated so that they wouldn't rot. But the whole thing was, he would turn, the statues were just everything. Like I remember he had a big one of Kirby. He had Super Mario, he had Kirby, he had like some video game stuff, then he had some fantasy stuff. Like basically he would take whatever character or thing you wanted, you give him a picture of it, he turns it into a fucking statue. I wanted
YouTube channels that revolve around that kind of stuff now.
I wanted to make, yeah, and this was back before the internet, but I wanted to like, I was like, I wonder how much that costs, because I wanted to make one of myself. I wanted to do like the pose. Do you ever see the original cover of like National Lampoon's Vacation? That
Christmas
fucking
Vacation, or
no, regular Vacation.
I have only seen the actual National Lampoon's Vacation once in my life. So
Like
no.
like the original cover for it. It's got that iconic 80s cover. I think this style of cover ended up being used for a bunch of stuff to the point that I think it was a trope, but it was he's standing up. He's got his one hand up to the sky and he's holding something, and he's got something else under his arm like this, and he's standing up on top of a hill, and he's got, you know, his wife in a skimpy outfit grabbing onto one leg. He's got another girl grabbing onto the other leg, and it's
that's
done.
where that came from?
And yeah, and it's done as like a water painting kind of style.
Yeah, and it looks like he's like a barbarian, but with like really normal shit.
Yeah, that's what that came from. I think it was actually like a parody of, maybe it came from the original like Conan the Barbarian cover, and they were doing like a parody of it. But National Lampoon did like that one, like that cover was so iconic it ended up being used on like, it just became like the cover everything ended up using. Like Duke Nukem did it, like a bunch of other media did it. I would do a statue version of me like that, only I wouldn't have the girls on my legs because it would have to be just me, because it would have to fit inside of a tree, basically, because he's turning a tree into a statue. But it would be me doing that pose, and in the hand I'm holding up right here, I'm holding a keyboard. No, I'm holding up my mouse or a video game controller, and under my arm is a keyboard. It would just be like,
posted it in general.
yeah, that one. Yeah, he's got the tennis racket and the stuff from his vacation. But I would have like instead of the tennis racket,
I love that picture.
I would be holding up a video game controller in that hand, and under my arm would be a keyboard. It would be, and I'd be wearing my streaming shirt, no pants, and it would just be like the nerdiest version of myself immortalized in this statue.
That's
And that
awesome.
would be like in the background of all my streams. Although back then I wasn't streaming because streaming wasn't a thing, but I'd hold on to it, and then in the future that would have been perfect, because then when I started streaming I'd be like, oh, that's going in the background of my streams. Like I'd bring it in
Hell
the house.
yeah. That's
I'd
a
bring it
conversation
into the
piece.
table. Yeah, exactly. Just boom. I'm on the fence as to whether or not I'd paint it or leave it wood grain finish.
I personally leave it wood grain because I just kind of enjoy that aesthetic myself.
And I'd have
That's
all
just
this
my
nerd. I'd just have all this nerd shit attached to me. Maybe I'd have like Link's shield from Legend of Zelda on my back. You know, like there'd be all these little Easter egg hints at nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd be wearing one of the earrings from Dragon Ball on one ear. You know, just a bunch of
earrings.
yeah, just all those little touches on the statue of nerd shit to just like point
That
at all the
is
stuff
one
I
of the-
like.
That is one of the best things about being an artist.
'Cause
being
that
able to
is-
just
Because that is a conversation piece. Like I had a conversation with a guy at work. Like I noticed there's this old dude in my job who works like in the deli, and he's back there making sandwiches. I never really paid much attention to it. Just this old black dude. And he come out the other day and he was doing a little bit of shopping when he got off work, and I noticed he's wearing one fusion earring in one ear.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I was like, is it a fucking fusion earring? And he's like, yeah, you watch Dragon Ball? And the dude's like 60 something. I was like, oh, dude, I didn't know you were into that. I didn't know, yeah, like it
Old
became a
people
conversation
nerds are the
piece.
best.
I was like, holy shit. I was like, made a friend today. I didn't know you were into that shit, man. Because he kind of
Older
keeps
nerds
to
are
himself. He just comes to work, does the job, and goes home, you know? Like, he just kind of keeps to himself. I was like, holy shit, there's no nerd working here. I thought I was the only nerd in the building. Holy fuck.
That is pretty awesome. What the hell am I missing, game? You say 99%, but you're not giving me a list of what is not done. Video game.
I need that to be. Thank you. I try. How How many ender pearls do I need to make the other portal? Okay. I'll make it red.
Are you making an end portal or?
No, I got a portal mod, so I can make different colored portals that I can
Ooh.
link to just fast travel around the server.
Do you want to know what my favorite mod to use for that kind of stuff used to be? Mistcraft.
Mine was multi something. It was a multiverse portal that would actually let you have separate worlds too. Separate maps. So you could have a portal that links to a separate map. So you could run multiple map seeds in one server, and then you could either have them move you around the same map, or if you wanted to have multiple maps. So if you wanted to do like a super flat world just to build stuff in, and you could change the game mode, and you could change the game mode when going between those. So like when I ran my server back in the day, I had the Nether portal, I had portals moving you around that, and then I had a portal for creative mode. So you'd go in there, it would teleport you to a separate map and put you in creative mode, so you could just build whatever. So I had like all these different and then ones that sent you into adventure mode, so you could play different mini games. So these portals would lead you to different mini games. Yeah, like I had a bunch of shit like that.
That's fun.
But I'm not on Java. I'm on console edition. So I am limited to the new... I'm basically just made this to test the new add-ons that they've added to their marketplace, which are basically mods for Bedrock. So in this one, I've got a mech suit. It makes mining and chopping trees and combat easier. I've got elemental crops, which allow you to make elemental-based armor and elemental-based weapons by growing these elemental crops. They also give a purpose to like copper and other ores that are pretty much useless. The portal one, which allows you to make 10 different colored portals, and you can link 10 portals to each one of those portals. You can have this massive amount of portals. So basically all the blue portals are linked. So you step into one, you pick which blue portal you want to go to, and then it'll take you there. All the yellow ones are linked, so you can separate them out that way. You can basically organize your server with all these fast travel points. I've got a security one, which allows you to lock chests, create lockable doors, create tripwires and laser fields. It's got turrets, security cameras, a bunch of that shit. Fucking else did I put in here? Oh, it's got dragons. Rideable dragons.
The, Ice and Fire, or?
Nope, it's the dragons from the Ice and Fire world, from that Ice and Fire pack, made into an add-on just to put in any world.
Okay, because...
And I've got combat pets. So there's different pets you can tame like Pokemon and collect. You just don't make them fight each other, but it works the same. Like if you've ever played Pixelmon, it works like that. You have to tame them, and then you have a party of them you can carry around with you. And each one of them will do something different when in your party. You don't put them in Pokeballs. They literally just follow you around all the time. But if you turn around and interact with one of them and give them a treat, you know, like giving the dog a treat will create a healing aura around the dog. So as long as you're standing near the dog, you have regenerating health. One of them will give you like a DPS buff. Yeah, like it basically just adds shit like that.
Yeah.
So I've got all this quality of life shit and just stuff to play around with, basically. And furniture and cosmetic shit like that. So you can make furniture, you can make craftable furniture that's interactive and functional. So instead of just having a bunch of chests all over your house, you could have cabinets. You know, I got a garage door, so I can make a garage for my mech. Stuff like that. So I'm
currently playing through a slightly modified version of a Java mod pack with a friend right now. Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved.
Yeah, I tried to do a Java Bedrock. Tried to do a Java Bedrock crossplay server, because the majority of the people who I found that watch my stream or find my stream or that are in my Discord, they don't have a game in PC or don't play on PC. They're limited to console. And the problem with most Minecraft streams and Minecraft communities is like console players just kind of left. Yeah, console players are just kind of left out. And
which sucks.
Yeah, which sucks. So I'm trying to be the solution to that problem, basically, is to find one that anyone can play on and still have some cool mods to go with it. Will it be as cool as like a Feed the Beast server? No. But I want to have enough cool shit to give it a unique experience at least and make it fun.
Yeah.
And these mods cost money, so I'll be the guy to pony up the money for them. And then you want to play with all these cool mods, you just join my server. Damn, I was about to say something. I can't remember what it was. Oh, that's right. I needed more obsidian. But, fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. I hate when that happens.
Mood.
Yeah, just the majority of the people that join my server play on Bedrock. And oh yeah, when I tried the I was talking about the crossplay server. When I tried the crossplay server, it worked. So I get to play on Java with all the cool shaders and all this cool shit. But the problem is when you do a crossplay server like that, the only mods you can use on your Java server are mods that don't add any new blocks or elements into the game. They have to be server side only mods. Because otherwise, the people joining from console can't use that stuff. So you can't do any of the really cool mods for Java, which make the crossplay server seem kind of pointless, because if I can't use the Java mods, I'm stuck using mods that Bedrock has access to. Then why not just run a Bedrock server? Because the crossplay server's kind of jank. Like it's somewhat laggy, and you know, it's inconsistent. So if that's the case, then I'll just run a Bedrock server. I'm trying to make it the easiest to access, most compatible thing possible. So I actually have it running on a Minecraft realm. So no IPs and stuff needed. You just get added to the realm, and you know, play at your convenience. The only downside to a realm is I can add an unlimited amount of people. Only 10 can play at a time. That's the only downside to a realm. But the realm's easy because it's like built into the dashboard of the game itself. So even people on console, they just click a button. You can do IP-based servers on consoles, but now you're introducing an extra step. So basically you have to download an app on your phone that acts as a middleman between the console and the server you're trying to connect to. So when you're in game on Xbox, for instance, and you've got the app running on your phone, your Xbox will see that app as a LAN game. So your phone has to be on the same Wi-Fi as the Xbox. It'll see it as a LAN game. And then you join that LAN game and you piggyback off the phone. The phone then relays your connection to the IP you're actually trying to join, and then you get in. So you introduce that extra step. I was trying to eliminate that extra step because, you know, the easier it is for someone to join, then the more people I may be able to get, because I found that even when it's easy, it's not that hard to download the app and the app is easy to use, people are stupid, and most people can't follow simple instructions. So I'm trying to make it that I don't have to explain anything. I add you to the realm and you play on the realm, and that's it. Most of them understand how realms work because it's just built into the game. You just click it and play. Once you've been added to the realm, it'll just show up. So that was the idea, and I wanted an excuse to test all the add-ons. And I tried to make it as easy as possible because my kids play on it, and their little, 8 and 9-year-old friends play on it too, and I'm not trying to play tech support for a bunch of fucking 9-year-olds. Yeah. That's the main reason. Yeah, that's the main reason I did it. I was like, I need to keep this as simple as possible, but still have a bunch of cool mods at the same time. So how can I meet in the middle? So I can play on it and I can have all these cool mods and stuff that interests me, and the kids can play on it like normal Minecraft, and then when they run into these new elements, it'll be like a nice bonus for them. Because they're not going to sit down and actually read. When you spawn into the world, you spawn in with an inventory filled with books. Each mod spawns you with a book explaining how the mod works and how to use it.
Yep.
But most of those kids ain't going to read all those fucking books. They're just going to throw them in a chest and play Minecraft. So, they're 8 and 9 years old. They ain't got the patience for that.
Okay, there's only just one of these little fucking wooden trims I have to find to clean.
What are you playing?
Power Wash Simulator.
Oh, you're playing a game where you do real life work for fun. Neat.
Yeah, I'm weird. I wish I could work a normal job. I really do. I don't like just sitting around the fucking house all day.
If I could hire you, I would, because I can't find people that are capable of just doing my easy as shit normal job I need help with. Light blue portal flame.
What kind of shit is that?
Oh, my job?
Yeah, stuff you need help with.
So the person I would hire to help me Their job would be super simple. You would basically just be hanging stickers all day. You're hanging price tags on a shelf. That's it.
Oh yeah.
That's your one job. I would do everything else. 'Cause I'm a retail analyst, so I handle all the pricing and all that shit. It's mostly accounting work on my side, but I need somebody to do the manual labor side of it, which is I hand you a stack of price tags and you walk on. Basically every week we put stuff on sale, so you have to walk out to the sales floor,
Yeah.
take off the regular price sticker, put up the sales price sticker, rinse and repeat for 8 hours. It's literally just hanging stickers. You would be surprised how many morons can't do this. Need a bucket of lava. Make a trash can. I want to see how this trash can works.
It's just really hard to find a place that's willing to give me the breaks I need because I can't stand for very long.
Yeah, that
So
would be the problem here. Is you'd be on your feet most of the day.
Yeah, I can't do that. That's the problem.
Well, there's got to be like a desk job that's possible for you.
I mean, yeah. I just don't. I'm not personally a fan of the whole bullshit job phenomenon, and I don't tie my self-worth to that. So.
Do you? What about Do you have a license? Do you have a car?
No, I can't drive.
Well, you could still, depending on where you live, Instacart could still be an option, and then you could work when you feel like it for extra money. Instacart has two options. It has a delivery option, so you could be the delivery driver. That's called the full service option. Or you could sign up to be an Instacart shopper, and you're a shopper only. So you go to the store, you shop for the items, and the person comes and picks it up from you. You don't have to deliver it anywhere. So if you live within walking distance of a store and you want to make some extra money, you could sign up to be just the shopper. And then when you're having a good day or when you're in the mood and you've got, okay, I can probably stay on my feet for an hour today. Let me walk down to the grocery store next door, take an order or two, fill them. People come and pick it up from you. And then you go back in the store and shop for your next one. And, you still get your tips. You still get your money. You just don't have to drive anywhere. I mean, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's online stuff. You could always do what those annoying people in my constantly filling my DMs and Instagram do, and keep offering me commissions.
You want a collab?
No, I'd actually probably be interested in collabs because those are at least fun. No. I just get these constant messages from accounts on Instagram whose names are something like some weird anime name, and then behind their anime name it's commissions open, and they're, hey, do you need artwork for your channel? I'm like, no, I don't want your AI art. Please go away.
Yeah, and most of the time it's like those people are bots as it is.
Yeah, they're just selling AI art. That's what they're doing. You basically, if you were to say yes to that, I can just imagine how the scam works. You're right, they're probably bots, and I can imagine how the scam works. They send you a message asking you if you need art for your channel. You say yes. They say, be as specific as possible. Tell me what kind of art you need. And then you'll write out the art you need. You'll be super descriptive, and you'll send them this description of the art you want. And then that bot will take that description you've typed, copy and paste it into an AI art generator, and generate you a picture, and then charge you for that service. You could do that yourself by just typing it into an AI art generator. AI art generators are free. You can just go to a website and do it. There's like a million of them.
Assets.
Yeah, there's like a million of them. Like, I've done it for fun. Like, if anyone's curious, you just want to do it for fun, just Google AI art generator. I think Google's even got one built into the Google search now. If you just Google AI art generator, you can just do it directly on Google now, and it'll say, what kind of art would you like us to generate? And then you type in your description, and it generates a picture. It's fun. You tell them the description of the thing you want, you pick an art style, and you see what comes back. It's usually weird. It's usually weird. But, hey, it's fun.
I think back before, that whole, back when, words. A while ago, there was this one called, Crayon. But it's spelled like Crai.
Yeah, I think Google got in trouble for theirs because it was too woke when they first introduced it.
Yeah.
Well, no, it was two things. When they first introduced it, it was too racist. because they bragged about how it has all the knowledge of the internet. It turns out all the knowledge of the internet, if you have access to everything and you put that back out into the world unfiltered, it's just going to be racist. That's what you're going to get, just a bunch of racist shit. So that's what it would do, was it would slowly become racist as you had a conversation with it. Or if you put anything into the AI art generator, it would give you back the stereotypical version of whatever thing you asked for. So like if you asked it to draw you a picture of a black person, you can be guaranteed he's holding chicken and watermelon, because that's what it was going to give you back. So then they tried to correct it. So then they tried to correct it, and they overcorrected to the point where they're like, now there's certain terms that are blocked on it and certain things it won't generate in the same picture, so they were trying to avoid that, and they made it too woke to the point where it wouldn't make white people.
I remember that.
It would only draw minorities. Even if you asked for a historical white figure like George Washington, it gave you black George Washington. It gave you black Hitler.
I remember that.
It gave you. So
fucking try to get a picture of George Washington, but I'm getting black dynamite over here.
Yeah, and it made black Hitler, it made black Stalin. Like, people were putting anything in it, and it's giving you back the black version, the black or Asian version of these things. There was Asian Hitler, yeah. So it overcorrected. So, obviously some kinks they still got to work out, but
yeah,
it's fun to experiment with.
I think when I was messing around with like one of the really simple early AI bots, I tried to find the picture while you were talking, but I couldn't find it. But the prompt was like Bored Ape Pikachu, and I remember it coming back with some really cursed shit.
Yeah, I would put in random.
This was like when the AI bots were like barely legible as far as what it is. Like,
yeah, I would put in random shit. Well, when they first came out, they didn't have filters on them, so most random shit you put in just it just made porn. Okay, it just made porn. Okay, that's all it did. It just made porn. They finally made filters on them, so now it's not going to make porn anymore. But it still made a lot of nightmare fuel, because that's what I would get back. Was I would put in just random words. Like, I remember just putting in, like, random things that don't go together. Like, different characters from video games. Just all mashed together to see what it gave me back. And instead of giving me...
I think one time I wrote Joe Biden and Goku going on a nice date.
Yeah, most of the time, though, if I put in more than 2 names, instead of giving me, each character, like if I put in, Goku, Link from Legend of Zelda... Vault Dweller in blue vault suit, and then if I put in more than 2, if I just put in like a list of characters, it would still only give me 2 characters, but it would try to give me a combined version of all of those characters. So you'd have Link in a blue vault suit, it's just now it's combining characters. So it would give you weird shit like that. So that was a fun experiment.
These things have the intelligence of your average dog, and people are trying to make them do medical diagnoses.
I mean, they're all right. They can rub a couple sticks together, come up with a little something.
I mean, yeah, but
you're gonna get weirdness back.
Do that too, but I wouldn't want it to diagnose me with like fucking lung cancer.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't be using it for medical stuff. I think there was those lawyers that got in trouble because they got caught using ChatGPT to write their opening statements in court.
That's still happening.
And and the chatbots making up court cases to reference.
Yeah.
So it's like the court case, blah, 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 and blah, 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 says this. And the judge is like, I'm not familiar with that one. And when they actually went to look them up, like, they're not real court cases. It's the ChatGPT is just making shit up.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's the way that it works, it's quote-unquote rewarded for being correct. So, of course, it's going to say that it's correct.
Yeah, and then it tells you it's right and hopes you won't fact-check it.
Yeah. It's... You get more reliable information from a YouTube search.
Oh, I gotta try to figure out why I'm not getting any sound out of my computer right now? Oh, that's why. Okay, I can fix that. Yeah, it reset everything. Like my whole video card fucking reset on that one. Okay.
Oh shit. I gotta take off for now, though.
Def, you're into you like Ninja Turtles, right?
There we go. Now I got sound again. Okay. Oh yeah, of course.
I'll see you later, Death. I gotta take off.
Later, man. Thanks for popping in.
Yep, for sure.
Wow, what's going on with the Ninja Turtles? Wait.
Have a look at General.
What do we got here? Is this a Ninja Turtles Transformer?
Yes.
So it's just it's just Michael Bay doing the inevitable Ninja Turtles Transformers crossover. All right. Actually, that would still look better than the Ninja Turtles he actually made.
Swappable head, swappable weapons, and interchangeable belt logo. So you can
Make it whichever turtle you want. Yeah.
whichever turtle you want. Yeah.
Where's the link to this? I want it. I'm a grown man and I want a toy. I want it.
I kind of figured you'd want that. I'd let you know about it.
It's fucking dope.
Hang on, I'll have it for you in a sec.
Do I still have a Minecraft section or? No, I don't think I have a Minecraft section. I think survival game section. I may have to remake a Minecraft section if I'm going to be running a Minecraft server.
There you go. There's the Amazon link.
All right, how much is this thing going to set me back? Let's have a look-see here. Transformers Collaborative Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Toy Party Wallop 7-inch Transformers Action Figure 8+. God damn, what do they... just we're not trying to do names here. We're just item descriptions are names now according to Amazon. Temporarily out of stock. We're working hard to be back in stock as soon as possible. Can you at least give me the price? No? No price?
It was 99 Australian.
99 Australian. What's that in USD? So 99 AU to USD. Oh, $64. Okay. That's not terrible. I'd buy that. All right, let's
Once
add
it comes back into stock.
Yeah, let's add this to my wish list. All right.
But I just saw that and was like, I know someone that would like that. Well, actually, it was first add to cart, and then I know someone who would like that.
Why am I telling me my password's wrong? I forget my password. Let me. There we go. Let's have a look at it.
It would be good, but it would be
Okay.
good if they did it as different turtles. But like the party wagon was Leo, the blimp was Donatello.
Oh, that's why I'm on the fucking. Hold on, I need to find this product on the American. On the American on the American Amazon website. I'm on Amazon.au here.
Okay. On AU, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I was like, that's why it's not letting me sign in. It's being weird about. Oh, it's only $50. An American here. Yeah, collaborative figure. Oh, and it's in stock now. Oh, it's not released yet. They're taking pre-orders. This item will be released on September 1st, 2024. Gotcha.
September 1st.
Yep. What it says.
We're getting it before you.
Oh, of course you are. I could get it for $60 from the Australian site and have it shipped to America. Get it earlier, but I don't really care. This isn't one of those time-sensitive things.
Yeah, according to my one, it's been item will be released on July 15th.
Damn. Yeah, you guys are getting it first. We're not getting it till September 1st. Pre-order now. I'll put it on my wish list. Yeah, it says September 1st, 2024. Converts from vehicle to robot. Transformers robots have always been more than meets the eye. Okay. Now they're also turtles. Yeah, the Transformers mashup. Dope. It's dope. I'm getting it. You got my stream open?
Yeah, I got it open.
I also got this, which is way nicer and bigger than I thought it would be. But it was like a $80 book, so I guess it should be. But I picked up that,
Ah, yes.
the hardback, and it's got the first. It's the IDW, so it's the current run of the Ninja Turtles, like the current continuity. IDW run. It's got
Yeah.
the first 50 issues? No, 25. 25 issues. I think there's like 150 issues in total. So there's a few volumes of these, but yeah, it's just a collection of them. And yeah, artwork in these is yeah, it's pretty good. It's got kind of that blend of like classic Ninja Turtles look with modern day stuff. Because it's done by one of the original creators, Kevin Eastman's
Yeah.
doing the art. But instead of just making them look, scrawny and all have red headbands, this is the more modern take on them. So they've got their more modern stuff, but in that old art style, like a modern day version of that old art style. Looks really good. It's really good modern take on it. So I'm going to collect all of these, but there's a lot of them. I think there's like 10 of these now. Instead of buying each individual issue, I'll do it this way. I think it was issue 100, 110, somewhere in there, where everyone says it starts to go downhill because that's where they introduce the female Ninja Turtle.
That getting into Armageddon game.
And apparently they introduce both female Ninja Turtles because they also bring back Venus.
Venus.
Apparently she gets brought back as a bad guy though, and they have to like kill her or something. I hadn't read that far into it yet, but I know that she comes back, but she doesn't stick around. And
So
then
they do the same thing to her that they did to the American Godzilla.
Yeah, they kind of kill her off. I think they introduce her as a bad guy. I think in this continuity, like before they get the female turtle they end up keeping, I think that Venus is like their first attempt at making a female turtle, whatever. Like I said, I hadn't got that far, but I know somebody's experimenting and trying to make their own turtle, and they use a female to do it. I think their first attempt at it is Venus, and she's wrong. Like it's a failed experiment, and she just goes crazy. She ends up being like a deformed version of Venus. It's bad. And then they have to kill her. And then they end up making the one that they're sticking with right now. But apparently the story starts to go downhill after they introduce that one because they don't seem to know what to do with her. So, yeah. I'm going to go get another drink. And then I'm going to play some Fortnite, I guess. Or PlayStation. Play some Fortnite on PlayStation. Just so my PlayStation's not sitting around collecting dust. And on PlayStation, I get to use my actual gamer tag, Deathwitch, instead of the one I have to use on Xbox, because Xbox said Deathwitch is offensive, and I can't use it. For whatever reason. Actually, no, I'll turn this off. I'm just going to end my stream. It's 3 a.m. I didn't notice what time it was. It's probably a good stopping point since I just quit Minecraft instead of transitioning into a new game. I'll just stop here. turn this back off. Okay. Yeah, we'll just turn it back off. I'll play that more. Now I'll pick that up. That'll look good on my shelf. Next to all my other collectibles. We've got some new stuff on the shelf too, but can't really show any of it off until we move. We're moving. I got it all packed up right now. So we're moving at the end of this month, or first week of next month. So finally have a bigger space. I finally have a dedicated bigger room to put my stream stuff in again. So I'll be able to get up and move around. Maybe even have a shelf in the background behind me. Oh, this stuff will just all be on stream. Maybe I'll finally stop using the green screen and just, let you see the room in the background.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I hadn't debated if I wanted to do that or not, but I can at least have room to display all my stuff again. Finally ready to get out of this small ass apartment. So, streaming schedule towards the end of this month is going to be a little sporadic, as I'm going to be packing stuff up and moving stuff. So probably the last week of the month I probably won't stream at all, because I'll be packing up everything except my one computer or maybe a console, and then renting a truck, and then I got a week to move everything from this place into the new place, and then we're out of here. So for during that transition period, I probably won't be streaming. I'll have everything all packed up, and it'll probably be a week or two. I got a week to move, and then a week to pack, a week to move, and then a week to unpack everything, get everything set up. So there'll be probably about a week there in the middle, maybe a little longer, where I'm not streaming, because I'm just going back and forth doing that every day and unpacking things and setting up a new house. But once we're done, we'll have to do something to celebrate, a big homecoming stream, where now I can go back to doing all the stuff I used to do on stream back when I had a dedicated streaming room. I can finally have a VR set up again, and all that good stuff. I can catch up on all those VR games I hadn't got around to playing. I hadn't had room to play. So, better content coming. Yeah, better content coming. Classic Death Witch will return. Oh, but for now, though, I do need to get out of here. I'll see you tomorrow, man.
See you, man.
And as for the rest of you wonderful witches, want to thank you all for watching. If you're new to the stream, socials above my head here. Pretty much Death Witch on everything, except Xbox. Twitter will let you know when I go live. You can also now watch it directly on Twitter, but hey, I'd prefer you watch on somewhere like YouTube or Kick or Twitch, places I also stream. The Discord is where the community's at. It's a couple hundred strongers every single day. You guys can jump in the voice chat, become part of the stream. You can jump in the Minecraft server, become part of that. Supporters get to be in the Minecraft server. It's accessible on every device because it is the Bedrock edition. Cool mods on there too. And, there's fun conversations to be had. It's an active place even when I'm not streaming. For now, though, I'm going to go to bed. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you wonderful witches tomorrow night. Have a good night, everybody.